Well, so here's some of the rules, because like you got to understand like the thought process. So X factors are off, which I don't mind. I don't mind X factors being off. Teamer stock scene playbooks. I mean, I'll probably just run either Niners. I might even just run the straight lines playbook, because basically just Niners playbook. But yeah, some of them are turned off. You got to make a custom coach. You can't just cheese and get the coach, and no camp counselor, which is really like OP, I think, right? That's still like That's still like it's the fucking the one that like gives like a 5% buff. Like it's a huge dev boost bump. When you play like training camp games and you can stack it, bro, it's so cheese. It might actually be the most cheese ability in the entire game. Whatever, you gotta make a custom coach anyway. What else? Here's like the play calling stuff. So league limits same number of plays and frequency of playing, so no running back-to-back plays. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know about this ratio shit, but like I kind of get the thought process. Like you got to actually run the ball, and you can't just spam like one defense. You can't drop everybody. You can't cheese. You can't cheese the offensive line, which people do online a lot. And no RPO Wildcat spam is a W. Although I do kind of, which sucks. There's a couple of RPOs I do really like in the game. That sucks. You can't use them. They're not that OP. It just sucks because I really like alerts in Madden this year. I think the like alert posts, like the in and around alert plays are like actually pretty good if you know how to read. So like I'm kind of annoyed on that, but whatever, I get it. Like no RPO or Wildcat spam, so you can call RPOs actually. So I can call an RPO, I just can't spam it. I can call RPOs, I just can't spam it. Good to know. Usual stream schedule. Now the league's back. It's gonna be usually Monday off, and I stream every other day. This week might be a little bit weird because I am going golfing this weekend. So, but like next week, yeah, we got on a schedule. So no hot routes. I get it. It sucks because like, bruh. Here's my thing is like I get it because it can be a little bit busted. But like seeing like an outside linebacker who ends up in coverage is like playing on the inside, and like I could just like beat him outside is like kind of, I don't know. I find that kind of cheese, but whatever. I actually, Fuzzy, why is this busted? Did people cheese this online? Like going into blocking assignments and having the running back set the block on a PA play. I guess it's because the coverage is not, like the defense fucks up the coverage, right? I mean, yeah, but that's my thing, Risey. Like, at least I'll need to make sure. Here's the thing. Because I can't hot route, I got to make sure in all the formations that I have go route set. as an audible in too. You know what I'm saying? Now I could always do now that, or I could cycle to the formation that will have a go route. But like I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to telegraph then. You just can't have more than 2 defenders at a position, whatever. If users to move the hovered offensive play, user must commit to a pass rush only for that play. Quarterback cannot lead in carries. I see that as a W. The note throwing outside the numbers is interesting. Interesting. Is that like really that OP online? Is it really that OP online? It must be. I mean, I have the Lions, so I don't think I'm exactly going to be doing a lot of... I don't going to be doing a lot of scrambling outside numbers with Jared Goff, but like... You know what I'm saying? No, we made a new league, Foxism. Yeah, Trey, I saw you, bro. What's good? We're doing this Madden franchise league, Trey. I'm walking through the rules right now. Clock management shit I don't care about. So like here is like the stuff. The reason I took the Lions. Well, hold on, I didn't read this rule. Teams are only allowed to fire hard corners during this offseason, only if they had a losing record. What? This is such an arbitrary fucking rule. Like, hold on. Is this not crazy arbitrary? I feel like there's such an arbitrary rule outside the first season. Once you get into it, yeah, but so I mean all of these make sense. My key question that I gotta decide, chat, and I gotta play a couple of games and see how it plays. I have the Lions. Should I just move Penei to left tackle? Should I just move Penei to left tackle? Well, I might have to do it after season 1 anyway. I gotta experiment with it and see. Not being able to put a safety in sub linebacker position is kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I think this rule's kind of dumb. Cause like this is what NFL teams do. Like I don't understand. Like I kind of get the thought process because like if you know someone's just gonna go out and just throw the ball and every play down the game, you're just gonna like obviously put coverage player out there. But it's like I find that kind of cheese. Is cheese because the other way around because LBs can't animate the same as DBs? I mean, I guess that's fair. I haven't really. I'll be honest. When I played like franchises, I didn't really experiment too much with sub LB. Some league that Cap was playing in, like this is their rules, and he just copied them over. I kind of hate this because I have Gibbs, and I would love to put Gibbs in at slot wide receiver, but whatever. I got to go through the lineup, the Lions lineup, and we gotta take a look and see if there's any like I might load up Madden here in a sec. We got to go through and see what we got. There's some pretty good rules. All teams with carries 53 active roster, a 12 player practice squad. Okay, I'll say this. Wait, hold on. I don't understand this rule. Corners between the can be with safety and meet position requirements. Oh, because you would be exempt from the fucking like. On some of these rules are so arbitrary. I'm fucking confused. I mean, I don't need to worry about moving corners to safeties. I literally have the Lions. Like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? I literally don't need to move any corners to safeties. I literally am playing with the Lions. Like, what am I doing here? Why am I overthinking this? I literally have Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. Like, I think we're good at safety, bro. Practice squad will be key, but I gotta go through the roster and see what we're working with here. Sub LB must be an LB or DE. Teams are not required of a fullback. Yeah. Maximum contract length is 5 years. The collusion file will get preseason. That'll be a 2-round free agent. That's pretty good. Okay, let me do this. I'm actually low-key curious. Let me load up Madden because I actually haven't looked at like what the current. I'm actually low-key curious. Hold on, I want to load up Madden and actually see like. Guys, we're gonna get into plenty of COD. We got CoDCast at noon. We got plenty of COD to talk about today. We got to talk about fucking. We're gonna talk about the Masters. That's in a couple days. So we got a lot of shit to get to today, but I want to actually like low key see the roster. I know most of the roster, but I actually haven't been following the Lions too much. And Spencer said we're using the current roster, so I actually don't know who is still like on our team and shit. On the budget, there's a budget piece. I don't think there's that. I think it's just normal cap. Spot scaling, position changes. I think contract like there's a buyout. You get like one buyout a season, I think. Player must be 28 years older and can't be used on a player signed by the current GM. Man, you can't really restructure contracts at all. That's actually so cringe. Like I don't this is so dumb. Like, oh man, I gotta go through and like read all these because some of these are like I think way too arbitrary, bro. This is dumb because you like what like I can't. I mean, I'm not like in that much of an issue because the Lions like don't have a lot of like they don't have a lot of second contract guys that are like 28, 29. But like a bunch of people are gonna quit the league because of this rule. Like for example, Jacob had first overall pick and he took the Giants and great, but like he's got Burns, Thibodeau, Lawrence, like he's got a clear cap space. Like he's not gonna he can't and AT, like he can't, you know what I'm saying? Like he can't restructure all those at the same time. I'm gonna make sure my Discord window real quick. So I'm gonna ask Cap this thing real quick. Where's my? You can't transform reset. I locked. Why? me see. Oh, 4 is not awake. He's next up in the pick. This is why. This is a draft so far. I have the Lions. Cap took the Bears. I don't know who 04 is going to take. That's what's waiting on right now. I'm asking this question because it's going to piss off a lot of people. The problem with Madden is you can't void your... Okay, the biggest problem in Madden, having played a lot of Madden, is you can't void your contracts. And you can't actually, like... You can't, like, actually... you can't, like, do all the cool structuring they do with bonuses. Like, I guess you could do a custom, but, like, it's going to get, like, real... You know what I'm saying? So, I'm updating Madden, but anyway, like, I think I should be fine. Like, the Lions, like, cap situation is, like, pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm loading up the game right now because I actually want to see, like, what their fucking situation is. But like, they don't have big hits. Leem. Hold on. He's like older and has a huge hit. Golf, but golf's... How many years left on golf? I mean, he's got a big kicker if I trade him next year. Actually, no. Would he eat 14? It's not too bad. He's got 90 throw power anyway, like, we're chilling, at least for now. I think DJ Reed, is this last year? There's one more DJ Reed year. Oh, and it's like really good. That's nice. But I don't know how it's set up in the game. I'll have to look. Yeah, like the rest of their contracts are good. Like they don't have a lot of like void guys. Like they have like 26 in dead cap. Like it's pretty good. What's their like 27 situation? They have no debt. They have no dead money next year. And 70 on cap space. About 28. I mean, yeah, it's just a lot of the new contract extensions kick in, but that's fine. It's a lot of people who don't want to re-sign anyway. Yeah, Jacob taking the Giants is a bit troll. I don't think the Giants are a good play in a franchise like this, unless you just want to tank your one. All right, Cap responded to me here. Cap says, to be honest, I got to relook at this one. Copy and paste. We don't have the element here. A league of points. I don't know why Nick. Kevin TeamSpeak right now? I don't know if he is. Is Cap streaming right now, Chad, or no? Is Cap live right now or no? Holy fuck, why is Twitch is absolutely like, what the fuck is this? Why does my like fucking Twitch look like this? What the fuck? Oh, because I think because I'm updating, I think because I'm updating fucking, I'm updating my mana right now, that's why. I just didn't want to sign the Eagles because their cap situation in the game is fucked. Again, like, the problem with the Eagles is the way that the game deals with void years is very finicky in Madden, and you have like no flexibility. So it's like it's tricky. I'm gonna talk to Berg and JB real quick. I'm like fucking computer freezing though.
Bruins Stanley Cup.
Channel switch.
2013 Red Sox World Series. 2015
Hey Ben, we're
Patriots.
going over what Dave Portnoy has won.
2015 Patriots Super Bowl.
What are you saying? Like what?
2017 Patriots
The shit
Super
that he's
Bowl.
attended and he's watched a team win.
This is just his teams.
Yeah, no, he's seen a lot of chips.
Red Sox World
He's
Series.
definitely-
2019 Patriots Super Bowl. 2023 Michigan football. 2024 Celtics NBA championship. 2026 Michigan basketball.
Jesus.
Name link it.
It's 15 championships.
It's pretty good.
Oh my
I came in
gosh.
here because JB, did you hear about this Madden franchise league we're doing?
I heard about it. I probably will not be doing it though.
Yeah, well, we already filled up and we're drafting, but I got the
Okay.
Lions.
Oh man,
I mean,
No,
you
you got the
gotta
Lions?
think it's a good pick out of me though. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
not a bad team to play. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not a bad team.
I have to pivot off of Jared Goff at some point, but I have like I have all the pieces. In almost every position group, I have someone that's young that's like pretty good. So, anyway, I came in here to yap about that, but I'm gonna let you guys do it because I'm live right now. Fully.
Oh yeah, well, that league's gonna be sick though.
It should
We'll
be sick.
tuning in.
Yeah, it should be sick. I'll probably get my 04 is probably gonna win this shit, but it's
You
all
guys
good.
filled up fast.
Channel switched.
Yo, Cav on TeamSpeak if you're bored, you want to yap about it. I'm about to go through fucking the Lions roster. I like how Cap and I just talk shit about the NFC North, and now we just tweet both the NFC North teams in this shit. Cap, do you want Fuzzy, like people in here were offering to help go through the roles and like red team them for you? Do you wanna take that advice? Like they were willing to come in here and like vouch for shit that like is obviously busted. Like people were saying, you know, like obviously 23-1's like pretty good, but they also were like some of these I think you should probably tweak a little. Yeah, I need. Well, that's what Chad was. I mean, Chad just had some ideas, so like I could just. Yeah, that's what they were saying. Like a bunch of the management stuff is like very arbitrary. Here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do if Cap's good with it. I'll post this link in my chat. Cap, are you good if I post the doc link and then people can just come and just tweet at you like thoughts? Are you cool with that? Then you can just fucking, you know, commission Val. Okay. If anyone's interested, people like Fuzzy, here's a direct link to the doc. Cap and Spinner are commish. So go through if you've got ideas. A bunch of these are like, you know, there's some good ones. Like this one's, yeah, I agree with this one. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of ones that are good, but I think some of the roster rules, I think we should consider. You got to consider also the people we're playing with. So Real the P7 EU, really? Really? Real the P7 EU, really? He's going back to Europe? No, Tommy was saying Miami. And I don't know where he listen, there is a lot of Real to Miami rumors floating about. I just don't know how real they are. That's why I haven't really said anything about it, because I've been hearing about it for like 2 months. But he could be also just be joining P7 for like 3 seconds though. You know what I'm saying? He could be joining P7 for like 3 seconds. Ah, shit, I actually, you know what I gotta do? Fuck. I was using Sabosmon, I gotta fucking turn this shit off. Hold on. Wait a second, if we want to launch Madden, I gotta fucking... Oh my god, it's gonna be so cringe. I gotta fucking turn off all the Madden fucking mods I had. They're playing the Sabos mod and like the franchise mod. And it's like makes the game way better, but I gotta turn it off. I wanna do this shit. Alright, fuck this. Okay, there we go. He's not joining P7. Have you not heard that? What's the latest rumor? This literally got tweeted fucking 10 minutes ago. This literally got tweeted 10 minutes ago. You're telling me stuff's changed in the last 10 minutes? Yeah, Fuzzy, no rush, bro. I don't think we're running this shit anytime soon. We gotta draft all these fucking teams anyway. It says it in the rules, like what you do about trades. It says, trades are human partners only. 3 a season. Individual player can be traded more than once. Anyone's a superstar can be traded in the off season, unless they're, you know, like a rental. And rookies can't be traded, which I don't know how I feel about that. That's kind of whack, but I think this one I think is kind of arbitrary. All right, hold on. Let me go to then program files, games, Madden 26. Enable anti-cheat. Close mod manager. And now I should be good. Now I should actually run and I can actually connect to the servers. Yeah, Neon's pretty good. Fucking with it. I've never actually seen this before. So does it just like load the save? How the fuck does it work? You know what I was thinking about once I took the Lions? I was like, yo, should I just run the Dolphins playbook? And then I realized the problem with the Dolphins playbook is it literally just turns into me just like giving it to Gibbs every play. So I need to hold on. Actually, I just need to delete the fucking. I need to delete anti-cheat. Hold on. Get to re-fucking gen properly. Profiles. Oh, yeah. Which are the trade rules you think I need to tweak? I think we should consider rookies can't be traded because, or at least put a moratorium in on year one. Because I could see a situation where someone's going to potentially want to move a rook just to be more in a win now situation. I do see though how this could get abused. I think 3-4-4 I think should go. If people want to make superstar trades, let them make superstar trades. I don't see why that needs to be limited. I think the trade committee is a good idea, honestly. Dexter Lawrence is not getting traded, bro. They're just gonna pay him. Like Dexter Lawrence is gonna get his check. Oh. There's a problem with fucking. Oh, this is what I hate when installing mods in fucking Madden. Like, Fucks on my game like completely. I do not want to re-download this shit. It's so big. It's so fucking cringe. Okay, let me just delete. Delete all that. I think trade with human partners only has to stick. I think the computer is super abusable in trades. They have no idea. They have no idea how to fucking like actually value the assets on their team. Learn that playing so much franchise mode, like you can just cheese the fuck out of the GMs. Because like, I'll give you an example. Here's a cheese people would do is they would go after the free agent players, the wash free agents. This is the cheese strat, okay? If you really want to cheese a CPU, is you would sign all the less than 90 speed fucking veteran guys that are all high rated on free agency, and then you would flip them for high picks to the CPUs that don't actually want to play those players. But they'll still value those players just because of their rating. So that's why, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I think you just got to clear like a 35-0. Like you just got to clear for year 0 or year 1, like which these rules are like exempt or a moratorium. Just because like a couple of these apply when we're in like year 2, year 3, but fucking goddamn it. 26.45. How the fuck does this keep crashing? Anti-cheat's fucking. I see it. It's not the RAM, bro. So fucking. I don't want to restart this. Reinstall this fucking game if I have to. Hold on. I might just add and remove fucking the any cheat and never reinstall on. That's what happens when you install, like when I play the mods, it like fucks up everything. Can I tell Trump to stop? I don't know what you want me to do about that, Chief. Is Real in Miami happening? I don't think it is. There's been rumors about it for like literally a month, and I think I think there have been rumors for a while about it. There is smoke there because he's good friends with them. He's off the Toronto situation. I just don't think it's happening. I've known about it for a while, but like I haven't thought that it's legit because it doesn't make sense for Miami. So I think Tom just had bad intel, bro. Once again, Tommy accuses me of being key leaker, but he's literally the biggest leaker ever Rostermania. So he's literally king fucking leak. I don't know. It's kind of rich that he accuses me of being a fucking leaker when he's literally king of it. Okay, I'm just gonna delete, bro. I'm just gonna delete all the. Let's gonna delete this folder. Delete all this shit. Now repair the game. If I have to reinstall Madden, I'm gonna be fucking tilted. So wait, how does the free agency thing work? I haven't seen this. Hold on. First final week of preseason, there'll be a 2-round free agency. Teams must be using draft order. Oh, that's actually good for me. I don't live up to the LibJ rep. I'm not a moron. Like what? Tell him to impeach Trump. Like, brother, impeachment don't work anymore, dude. Like that shit ain't gonna change anything. Like realistically, that shit not doing anything, bro. I just live in reality. And when the Donna, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the 3 months. All right, well, my game keeps fucking crashing trying to launch it, so. I'm gonna go into fucking, I think I need to delete. There's 2 other files I think I gotta do. Where's this one? And I get patched a few DLLs, that's why it's fucking crashing. If it ran were to cut undersea cables, that'd shock me into challengers. Unless if it fully severs internet connection, yeah, but I don't think they're gonna. Nobody's doing anything about it. I don't. What do you want people to do about it? Like I'm confused. Like what do you like? What do you want people to do? Like I'm confused here. I'm not sure. What do you want people to do about this issue? If his cabinet and the Republican Party is enabling his ability, like there's not much we can do about it. They hold power in Congress and the presidency. There's not much that can be done, brother. Like I don't know what to tell you. That's how our system works. Like yeah, if he fucking one day randomly, croaks, then sure. I'm able to get the game launcher. I fixed it, bro. That's a problem. I love the Sabos mod and shit like that, but it's like, oh my god, trying to like disable it is the biggest pain in the fucking ass, bro. Holy fuck. All right, let's see. Let's see this Lions roster because I actually am low-key curious what I get myself into here, Han. We're doing the CoDCast in like an hour 20, by the way, chat. Hour 20, we're doing the CoDCast. I think it's gonna be like an hour 30 episode. I don't think it'll be super long. It's just gonna be me and I don't think Ray can do it today. All right. Or 7, yeah. Okay, so it's the most recent roster 10. So what am I getting into here? Let's see. Just throw. Oh, the shit down. We have X factors off. He's got 90 throw power. That's not too bad. Okay, I probably should just do that. That actually is probably a good play.
Choose which team you'll begin your franchise with.
Whatever. I'm just gonna fucking skip through this. I don't really care.
The menu on the left lets you adjust your league settings and where to start your franchise.
Let me just make sure it doesn't have like
Regular
autofill
season
on.
or with a fantasy draft.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what the situation of the team is. I have 51 cap space. Golf restructure wouldn't really do too much. I'm the only one that can actually realistically restructure. I think everybody else is not old enough. Or on the first year of their deal, yeah. Yeah, it's not really restructure is not really gonna be an issue. You give 5 for JMO? What do you mean? Cap, injuries are off, right? Wait, what's the deal with injuries, Cap? Are injuries on or off? I don't remember. Oh, injuries are on. Shit. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna need to. Well, yeah, we just do half training. I know the cheese. I know how to do it. I would say I should probably see what market's out there for demo. To make some notes here, hold on. Demon, I should see what trade market there is. Just because all that. We don't need a fucking fallback. Let's just be Brock right. Wide receiver, we should be pretty good. We got speed guys, and then we'll probably cut these guys, and I'll sign some other people. Let's fucking Tesla's dev.
Some players' development traits are here are a player's motivations.
Okay. Laporta. Rock right. Okay, so we are gonna need to improve this tight end room. Yeah, well, tight end will needs improvement. But those are not priorities. That's fine. We can live with those. Heather Decker will leave. Attack left tackle. We definitely got to work on the interior of this line. That'll be our long-term project. Is going to be the interior line. Rowledge is good. This is dev trait. Hidden. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, we have a lot of these shit linemen we're just gonna cut. Hutchinson and Pashaw, and then okay, we need like one. I need one more like star edge rusher, but we can address that in the draft. Interior is good with DJ Reader and Aleem. That's perfectly fine. We don't have much to need to address there. There's a great tackle room. Sam, I don't care. Yeah, we need some. We need some depth. We need some depth here in the middle of this, but that we can clean up. They have a lot of useless. The way that they stack positions on this team is so odd. But I think that's because of the injuries. Like, there's no way I'm going to carry 8 corners on the roster. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm not carrying 8 corners on this fucking roster. I'll tell you that. Like, how many safeties they have? They have 3-3. Yeah, we're going to need to tweak that. Bates is W. Having Bates under contract is really good. Bates has got 97 kick power at W. And Fox at 95 kick power, like W. We actually have really good special team options there. He's like unexpiring. DJ Reader, we'll see. Anzalone is an interesting one. I don't want to trade. I don't really want to trade Anzalone though. And we're very thin there. This is a corner situation on this team, hold on. Reader, Meek. And Meek's gonna get fucking paid though. 77. Actually, not really. It won't cost me too much to re-sign a Meek. What's his stats though? Do I actually want 8? I mean, it depends on where I'm in a draft, but we can address. Yeah, no, we should let a Meek walk for sure. No, we should let a Meek walk. Yeah, we should let a Meek walk. There's going to be no point in re-signing him on a second deal. So Terran Arnold fucking progress, yeah. Meek is him, I know, but it's going to cost me an unnecessary amount of money when he's literally going to be the third corner. So, I don't think that's wise. Safeties were good. Branch and Kirby, we have affordable deals, is actually probably one of the better aspects of the Lions. Is that like I could obviously address some of the safety depths, but it's like it's not that bad. Like, we're really good at safety on this team. The key things is interior offensive line, because Decker's obviously not going to just rando retire in this league, although he may. Cap, how are you doing player progression? We're not doing a modded fucking thing. We can't do that. Damn it. This is normal. Arnold's like mid in real life, but in the game he's not that bad. Yeah, I need to go into offensive line. Cap, how are you doing draft class? Are you just doing an auto generated draft class, or are we using like a trusted 26? Because I think it'd be cool to use some of like some of the 26 classes like aren't that bad. Like, I'll show you. Like, a couple of them are like actually okay. I have one that's like pretty good. It's whatever this one is. Yeah, let me load back on the franchise on. You can see it. It's from the Sabos franchise mod. That's why. Cap. They did it through for like 5 years. This one's good. It's not that top ended. Okay. I'll show you. It's a pretty good class. I have played this, so I kind of know. I mean, I would turn on as many variability as you can, but like, it's got everybody, and it's not like totally bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like their version of Jeremiah isn't like OP. Like their version of Jeremiah like is not OP. You know what I'm saying? And then they didn't like cheese it too much. But like it's not gonna matter like too much, is because we have X factors disabled. You know what I'm saying? Which is good, because then you could just go. The thing with it, if X factor were disabled, is I think it would break the offense a little bit too much, because you would literally just throw like. I mean, I would just throw so much back shoulder like. Just throw so much back shoulder like jump balls to people like Jeremiah. It's gonna go up and get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of cheese. But yeah, find a good one. I think we should do it. Who the team's gonna cut? God, the problem is, guys, the problem is getting linebacker depth is gonna be pretty hard. There's gonna be literally nobody. The key thing I just gotta figure out though is like what, like you're saying, like what playbook do I want to run? Like I was thinking Niners, honestly. I haven't punched with the Niners one enough though. Did I pass it already? Yeah, I did. So dumb. I don't have any. What, did they just auto cut? Any, what the fuck did it do? What? Oh, what's a third mic? Okay, bro. Like, but it doesn't matter. I have it set, bro. Is this game so stupid, bro? It has Sam's in mic position. I don't need like another. Oh, why is this shit so dumb, bro? Whatever. Like. Well, I'm trying to think about the roster rules a little bit. That's why I think that. That's why I think the. That's why I think the Niners one might be good. Here, I haven't like putzed around and like looked in this playbook too much now. Like what's in it? What's a trips like looks? Oh, fucking in-game music, one sec. Almost high flex, what are like trips? Too much tight, spot stick, I mean. Rail, mesh crosses, clear deep. Low key, there's actually. Like, that's actually not a bad. If I just sit there and I just watch the outside linebackers, plays actually pretty good. The audibling. Because against cover threes, it's not like they're not gonna step into it. As long as I just like, I just wait and I just hit him right away. Yeah. Like it's gonna be good. He's gonna rub it like that. There are good plays in this. So they're like good motion though. They're like set motion plays. Hold on, let's see. I just don't know what formation would be under. PA. Choice under and off stack. Empty hitch go. McCaffrey goes out and it's a one cut in. I just read the middle linebacker and I see if this fucking safety cheats. I mean, it's not gonna work against cover three, but let's see. It's not bad. It's not bad. What other like weird looks they have? I'm just looking for like weird plays, not like the standard shit. Double. There's a lot of these double under plays. I don't think Bunch X is in this one. This is the straight levels. I literally just read. Yeah. I gotta throw that fucking in front of him, but I literally just read it. Okay. It has use check, so is well, who's gonna line up? So this is where this would be the Brock right angle, though. That's the problem. I need a good sec. Oh, I'm starting to see a bit of this issue, which is I need Liza 2 tight end. This is like a 2 tight end set fucking concept though. Cross seam. Double swirl. Voice routes. Across. Fake. It's all standard. Slot choice. These is good plays. Yeah, I mean this is with Kendrick Moore, but the choice on this is gonna be nice. 310. I mean, obviously I have it Tampa too. If we could do it, and I could have him. So let's see if they don't play the flats. The choice. We go X, then we go up Buzz, which means Jennings would theoretically be open. No, I overthrew that. But fine. What did Ronnie tweet? What did Ronnie tweet? What did Ronnie tweet? What did Ronnie tweet? Afro to Boston soon? I mean, yeah. I mean, we already knew that though. That one's pretty obvious. Like that one's definitely gonna happen. They need Marcus. Let me pay attention to the choice route though. Yeah, okay, so the choice routes are nice. They'll be really good with well, let me actually try this. I should try this with the Lions lineup. What am I doing? Right. Oh, it's alphabetical by team name, that's why. I think you can manually motion people. Didn't say anything against that. I want to see now in the double under who actually lines up here. Oh yeah, so I'm saying this is the only problem is the two tight sets are like when we get JMO, it's gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, this is the only thing for this team. Is I'm gonna need to get a good second tight end. Empty choice under. See, this is like there's a lot of good looks in this book. Right, because we could tell easy it's cover 4, right? So then I could run this and it's free yards, bro. I gotta just hit him insta, but like, man, okay. What about if I do? Yeah, everybody's gotta be set before the snap, so some of these plays I can't use. Good call. These are like the plays, like, bro. I can't run like swing plays. Like, it fucking sucks. I can't run swing plays in, and it actually fucking sucks. I don't know how I feel about that. It like that kind of nerfs my team a little. It kind of nerfs my fucking team a bit. I can't run that. What about split concepts? Cross normals. It just sucks because these motion plays are so fucking good. Like, this shit is actually so good. I just had a double coverage, but no point. Like the Gibbs trail is like gonna be really good. Like he just one cuts. Try that. It does nerf other people too. It just sucks because these motion plays are good. Like this play. Right? If they blitz and then I can't fucking just get a free, like, you know what I'm saying? Ah, it sucks. Because that plays so, like, this plays so good against the blitz, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mountain Smash slot choice. The Tesla post. That motion. I can't. So I literally just read this outside linebacker. Just hit demo. Yeah, no, that's actually like these. No, I am gonna. No, there's gonna be so much JMO feasting on this team. I can already tell. I can already tell it's gonna go down. I don't know if there's that many RPOs in there. I didn't see many in here. Gun deuce, peak slant. Where's like the alerts? It's pretty standard alerts. Right. Yeah, it kind of nerfs my team a bit, but you know. I gotta get used to get back to play Madden, bro. Get my run tech down. JMO. I don't ever play the Lions, so I gotta learn how to use JMO, bro. Am I Tom's source? No, I think Zen is. I think Zen said that he told Tom that shit. How the single back looks. PA, cheat slide levels. I mean, this is always a fucking clinical fucking play. I love. This is a great fucking play against CPU. Fucking do this first play. That fucking Jared sucks. I can't do that. Like, I can't run this play. Yeah, I think the problem is I gotta go the other way, right? Jared Goff. Darn his fucking left. Okay. What other shit's in here? Any other? Is there any fucking trick plays in here? No. A bunch. All standard empty concepts. Wide corners. This is good. Hold on. Wide corners, and I just read. I gotta hit the timing on that, but hold on, fucking Brock Rowe is, this law is wide open. They drop in cover 4, so like, saying I can play a slant. You need to cut Goff. I need to trade Goff, but he's got a kicker. I trade him. Empty plays are good. I gotta be careful though. People are gonna blitz a lot, depending on how much of a noob they are. The trip stack's nasty. I haven't gone through this. So slip screen, wheel. Which kind of has a similar. Hold on, I want to see his wheel. And motion like Laporte the other side. In motion, I'd see zone. I actually run him on a streak on this side. He clears him out. That's good to know. He clears this guy out. But like, if I do this and I run this play, have them go. It might still work because JMO might. I mean, he just hit him. He just sailed it, but. I gotta change my passing settings, to be honest. I gotta change my passing settings, but that's just because I haven't played a bunch. Let's see this thing go. I think Kyler's still in the cards. I don't think it has the cuts. I don't think it has the cuts, you know what I'm saying? I don't like wheel routes, gonna take forever to fucking. What's the downside of allowing one hot route per play? I mean, I agree, but you know. What's in here? Stick nod. Sluggo. Let's give it a good sluggo. Let's see. How does Gibbs run this? Oh, he torched the fuck out of him. The safety's gonna get this though. He actually cooked him though. Actually cook them. I'm gonna fuck up your Lions? Brother, what? Not more than you guys have already fucked up the Lions, brother. You guys already, I feel like, an underachieved. Oh man. This is why, bro. Do you see the set of 3 plays right here? Like, this is the shit that, like, we can't do. Cause like, bro, this shit is so good. And I can't, cause you can't set motion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, bro. It's like actually be so good to run. I actually just cheese this so much in game. Yeah, but it says it's not allowed, right? Unless I'm tripping. It says all players must be set before the snap. So isn't swings are not allowed. Unless I'm tripping, right? I think this I may be great because I could just run so much shit with Gibbs, but like, that whole set of plays is good. All 3 of these concepts are good. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say they go Tampa 2 here. Like, theoretically, Tesla should be open, right? Damn, that sucks. I mean, I'm not tripping, right, Cap? I can't run any swing plays, right? That's not allowed. Cap, but like all of these plays are banned. Oh, I can run them? Oh, lit. Oh, fucking lit. Oh, lit. Fuck, I need to look at right trigger there. There's no manual motion snapping. Oh, so you're saying like I can't do... I see what you're saying. Because there's people everybody has to be set. But yeah, but these are not... You don't want to spam this because it's like... You can only run a play 3 times a game. Does it auto do the cooldown in game? I've never actually fucked with that feature. Download digs. Here. Standard screen, the sluggo, the stick nods. Tray rod flex. Flood under, flood switch. Okay, crossers. Oh, this is gonna be so good with this team. It's a pretty standard play, but like speedsters on this team, like alright, JMO, haul on the fucking ball, Jesus Christ. Fucking JMO, catch a goddamn ball, you fucking goddamn gimp. Dude, JMO's really good in this game, I know. Because we can do shit like this with JMO. Gives choice for outside on check down. That's 3 yards. Then also if I run this play again, watch. JMO outside, he just burns. I actually hit it. I have more space. Actually, if I like low-key do this, this might be cringe combo. Hold on, let's see what happens here. Okay, well let me not fuck up that throw, because that actually was really good. Oh, I didn't motion him. I was like, oh, I forgot to motion him. I was sitting there like, where's fucking JMO? I'm looking for JMO over the middle of the field. He's nowhere to be found. Oh, he got caught up. Sucks. And we can make that work. We could definitely make that work. A lot of shit's in here. Right, double flex. What in the fuck? Mountain. See, this is what. See, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like. Right, so I've given this a Tampa option, so they're gonna come down already. And, like, play this flat. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to beat a guy, but let's say they don't though. Like, let's say people just do what they normally do in Madden. Oh, let me like run that play. Let's say they go with like a normal like quarter cover fours. I'm motioning by this play. I don't think so. Yeah, it's not too bad. The swing's just deep though. The swing's a little bit too deep though. There's other better plays. Let's try this though. I'm curious how the fuck this plays out. I'll go match. Yeah, I know he's good. I know that tech. Let's see this. Get my mid screen down. Let me get the timing on it. What's the window on it if I do it? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty fucking good. Slants, I want to see, wait. Slants double wheel. Hold on. Two. So we did this, we know they'd be in zone. How open does St. Brown get? How fast does Gibbs actually burn this? On his wheel, like how much time would I legit have? A decent amount. No, I'm just going through the Niners playbook. I'm just bored. Before, like I'm just going through the Niners playbook. I actually never fuck with this playbook. There's a lot of good shit. Cause I don't really play with the Lions, and I'm just like, there's actually like so much like, there's so much like cheese in here that's good with the Lions, bro. I'm saying simple fucking. I'm on a crosser. 8 yards free. You want to meet 04 in the B gap? You're getting cooked, my guy. I don't know if you're asking for fucking pain there. You're asking for fucking pain, bro. That's for pain. Wait, who'd you pick 04? Who'd you pick? Where's the draft at? Where's the draft at right now? They took the boys. Bills and Eagles went, and then we gotta wait on Ant. Okay. See what Ant does. Is there any other choice round? Anything else? There's a really good 4-minute play. Tesla sits. I just read whether the safety comes down or not. Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, you can't hit Rod. It's tough. I could play him more in the sit. I gotta. Let's give step to out. Yeah. Okay. I play solid. Depending on how much space I have. You need a bit more space. I think that's tougher in the middle of the field. Standard dagger. Screenplays. Switch Mills. Emotion. Get Tesla to go out more. Hmm. I don't know if it's as good as I think it is. I don't think it's as good as I think it is. I gotta experiment with that. All right. Well, we got options. I gotta look around with the playbooks, but like, I don't know. This one doesn't seem too bad. I haven't used the Niners playbook a bunch, but like, there's gonna be a lot of Gibbs shit in here. I'm saying take the Gibbs under. Get 15 yards like that. Tesla's kind of gross. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. Tesla might be good in this game, bro. Tesla might be good, bro. Tesla might be good. Oh no, he might be quick and tall, and like that might be a problem. Trade JMO, but I kind of need JMO year one though. I think I kind of need JMO year one though, don't I? I mean, it depends on what the JMO market is though. I mean, yeah. I mean, those are the anchor players, but they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, we still need other options on plays. If anything, I should trade Khalif. Well, hold on. Before I do that, what's... No, Tesla can return punts. I could just trade Khalif, bro. I'm going to take a kicker, though, if I trade JMO, right? This 23 signing bonus he just signed. I have to eat, like, all this 23, though, don't I? On this fucking trade. Fucking hate how Madden trades work, bro. I have to eat all this 23 mil, though, don't I? As all this fucking dead cap. I just trade Khalif, realistically. Well, how does it do it? How does it do it? Madden trade bonus dead cap. How the fuck does it work in this game? I forgot. All the prorated money accelerating single lump sum against your current year salary cap. It's all in the 1 year. I mean, I have the room if I did it. It's not like I'm going to make a million changes. Yeah, I mean, I could convince to trade fucking JMO. But why would I? He's 24 on like a pretty good deal. I just gotta see what the market is for Khalif. Nah, I mean, I don't want to. I mean, listen, the thing with this team is just the priorities we have to do is just going to be really the only putts we need to do with this team is decide at some point what to do about Jared Goff, depending on what draft class we have. Because I need to get off. I need to get off the Jared Goff contract at least by year 2 or 3, and I need to do interior offensive line because I think Ratledge is probably going to be pretty good. Glasgow, I think probably won't just insta retire in this league. So I just need to fill this position. And that's the biggest need. And also here, because I don't want to. Anzalone's gonna be tough to re-sign. Anzalone's gonna be tough to re-sign. I'm gonna have to find an outside linebacker. That's where the Jared Goff, that you want to know the BENJ tech? BENJ tech. Assuming Cap uses a similar class to this. Actually, what class is this? Is it a random class? It's a random class. Wait, this class is missing people. What the fuck? Oh, they classified a year later? It's not correct. Where's fucking... I probably have Sam. Yeah. No, it has a year later. That's so fucking cringe. It says listed as safety. I don't think so. Whatever. I was gonna say there's a bunch of really good outside linebackers. That'd be good, but okay. Anyway, enough Madden talk for now. Enough Madden talk for now. We're gonna do the CoDCast in about 30 minutes. We're gonna lock in for that. So let's lock in for the CoDCast, shall we? Move a couple of windows around. Yeah, I'll let Cap figure that fucking part out. That's on Cap. That's on Cap to fucking figure out. I gave him a suggestion, so it's like it's up to him, you know what I'm saying? This was a Neon Sports thing, by the way. It's kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Kind of nice, but I wish I could see like a bunch of other shit, but it's pretty good. Did Ant do our fucking outline? Let's see. I don't think he did. Oh, he did. What do you guys like as far as the new maps? Like, what do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think the tweaks we should do? Because I actually think there's like a couple of like what I would do is I think Clifton Hardpoint's like kind of like whatever. Like in my BENJ opinion. Sake, I agree. Sake Gridlock for sure. And I think Clifftown Hardpoint kind of is whatever. I think it just doesn't. This doesn't play good. I think. Yeah, I was thinking about the searches because like I don't want to. A lot of them are good. I'm just trying to think like, can't make all the changes we want on planet Earth. I mean, I think what? I think Plaza. What do you guys think about Fringe S&D? It's not bad.
User joined your channel.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For sure, Toshin no. Toshin sucks. For sure, no Toshin. And Gridlock overloaded in too. That one's free. I mean, it's like I mean, it's playable. Utopia's not playable, so we got to put one in, and it may just be Gridlock, guys. Like, we need a 4th overload map. Unless you got other suggestions, they gotta fix it. They gotta move the points back on Utopia. They're too close. Yeah, Plot Destiny for sure is in. These 3 for sure. I think Gridlock overload is, you know what I'm saying? Blackheart overload, Jesus. Breach tweet. They released Snoop. Nicks her ass. Okay, I mean, whatever, bro. Cap and Cammy to Bush. Fire. Oh yeah, I forgot about the. How about that? I think this is going to be a good list. We're going to do a lot of call-ins today. Because I think this is good. We'll talk to new maps. I mean, I need a link and the. I don't think TAC Maps has it, but I think the COD guide has it. Let me try to find them. COD map guide. Active. Guides. Black Ops 7. Maps. Wait, and took the Broncos? And then Riley took the Ravens. Who the fuck is Jay gonna take? Who's Jay gonna take? Broncos. Try and think who Jay would take. Jay might take the Niners, low key. Dexter Lawrence, I need to know more about how far apart they are in this negotiation. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they really far apart, or is it like, you know what I'm saying?
Is that Ben live?
Yeah, Ben is live. What's good, Mr. Ant?
Same. What's up, dude?
How's it gonna go?
I am chilling. Just played some 8s, played some of the new maps,
Yeah.
played a map that's probably getting removed, and I picked my franchise team.
Yeah, I saw. What's the thought process of the Broncos?
They're young and good. Good defense. Really, that's about it. That's really kind of all you have to consider in this, no?
Yeah. I think having a rookie QB is premium for sure.
Yeah, so I've got a young QB, got a young running back, got some like decent receivers that aren't super old, good defense. Benito, like, surprised nobody took the Texans. I mean, I don't really like their pieces on offense, if I'm being honest.
Well, all the pre-existing injuries are out, so actually.
But I just don't like their like Nico is good, like really good, but I don't like their running backs. Well, I guess Mixon is in the game, which is kind of
Yeah.
cheese. That's like super cheese. But other than that, I mean, it's like ass. Yeah, that defense is crazy, but like at the same time, Madden is. I want to play offense.
Yeah, we're gonna have to learn to play D, brother.
I mean, I know how to play D. Wait, Ben, you're bad.
I'm bad.
Yes,
I'm bad. Okay, yeah. You saw a couple. You saw a couple of clips from fucking a few months ago, brother. Okay, all good.
Didn't we play each other?
I don't think so.
Pretty sure you got whooped.
I don't think you and I played each other, bro.
Or you dodged. It was one or the other.
I think you were playing. I think you were playing Jay, and I was in fucking Discord when it happened.
All right, yeah. So I got the script. I don't know if you opened it yet.
I'm looking at it right now. I just added context to my thoughts, and then I added the map list. We got to go through explain Clifftown sucks. Why?
Clifftown does not suck.
You think Clifftown should be in? Oh, we'll say that for the show.
Yes.
But okay.
I do. Also, when you link stuff, could you link it to my Discord, like that map list thing, or my backup Discord? Because
why don't you put it on this fucking doc?
I mean, well, I just don't have the doc open on here. I guess I could. Hold up. Let me open up. Give me 1 second. Yeah, put it on the doc. No, Utopia is chalked, bro. There's no way.
Utopia is shocked. Well, they could try and fix it for later, but
what is this? BL7 guides is shows the overview of shit.
Yeah, you didn't know this page. You can click any map, say Den, and it shows you where all the objectives are. You can toggle them.
Oh, cool.
Because not all of them are in tag maps and shit, but
cool.
And then we do some call-ins. I think people will have some fucking ideas. They're gonna hit us with some roster and hot takes. I think that'll be a good app.
No, it's gonna be a good episode.
I think
it's gonna be good. It's always a good time when I'm yapping with my boy.
Yeah, I think I would love to have Ray for this, but it is what it is.
He's a pussy.
Guys, I love Ray. Ray was
he's a pussy.
Ray was being a bit of a wuss last night about joining this episode of the show. It's all good though. It's all good.
How about Spinna Spence? He's around doing nothing. He's literally just watching streams, playing Madden, doing franchise, and working on the side. Come join and let's talk the community, buddy. I know you hear me. Let's talk, man.
Let me start telling you.
It's been a really good. Spence has been putting in work. I gotta be honest. I actually tip it.
Oh, do we want the list of the most banned maps, the modes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
I think I have
you can put that in the document while the stream's
I just gotta run it again. I did this. Fuck, I did this in Claude a couple weeks ago, but I don't think I have the chat log from it because
no chat. So Ray doesn't like to speculate. So him and Ben are kind of polar opposites, which is what I think makes the show really good. I'm kind of in between. So me and Ben can sit here and yap all day.
We can yap all we want.
Let me do this. You sent me the link?
Not yet. I need to run this Claude thing.
Do the 2 box today. Change this. All right.
I was forcing a T5 list of most. So I'm going to get top 5 list of most banned map mode combos, most non-picked map mode combos, and most played. Let me let it run. I started my thing. Let me send you. Because I don't think Rail's going to Miami. I think that was that intel at Tomasi. You want to send to your normal, right?
Yes, please.
I sent it to you.
who's all roster? Boston, Falcons. Who else? Surge. Are the teams potentially changing? Oh my god, I can't type. All right, we're good. Put some music on chat.
Yeah,
while we do this.
I play for Claude.
Sean
All right.
Rambo, he got to play politics. That's true. He can't piss off anybody right now.
All right,
I will say.
Go
What's
ahead.
up, bro?
No, finish your thought, and then I'll say.
I was just gonna say, I was gonna show Ray some love for a second. I was gonna say, just talking to Ray every day, he just gets it as from a coaching perspective. He understands how to like make stuff simple and explain it to people. Like he needs to be a coach, dude. All right, you sent me the link.
Oh yeah, I have the list. I'm gonna put it in just a better format.
What do you want to be my friend on for, bro? We're not gonna game.
What? You don't want to be fucking cord friends?
This guy. I mean, I'll add you. I see.
Oh, you're talking about
What's
random.
up?
Talking about random.
Yeah. All right, I added you. There you go. Let me fix your frame. We haven't used 2box in a while.
Yeah. How do you want me to, I have the list here.
What, of most banned?
Yeah.
Maybe you send it to me. I'll pull it up, and then you can kind of talk through it when we talk about it, and then we just both talk about it. Where's the link? Is it in the document?
I'm about to right now.
Put it in the doc. Is this something that you don't want people to see? This link?
No, I'm just trying to format it. 1 second.
Also, go to the cord.
Yeah, I'll be there in a sec.
Yep.
Microphone muted.
On chat. That's fine. Just have us redo this 1 sec. So that when we pull it up, it just looks better. This will be a little bit better just because he pulls up in a screenshot. You know what I'm saying? It just the combo table is a little bit confusing, but it's fine. Let me just snip it. Oh wait, it's a smaller screenshot. I'll just send it to in which Discord he wants. Let me tell him which.
You can see I have my wand in there. I have all my mementos. My chipset. Oh, what's up, Ben?
When I send you the screenshot of this data, which Discord do you want me to send it to? Normal?
No backup.
Okay. Should have it now.
I got Sauce as a grinder. He said J-Cap in the morning, Tom midday, and Dat Nub at night. Bro, your brain has to be fucking fried, buddy.
Kenny's wait, hold on. Kenny's not joining Boston now. Purge is staying on Boston.
Yeah, Kenny probably said I'm good.
Previously this week, they looked at Real, but he's had to return to Europe for. Oh, brother.
All right. So, how do we want to start this, with my order or that news that you're talking about now?
Well, let me go through your order. Let's go through your order because there might be I think we should do roster move second because I'm sure there'll be more fucking potential tweets by the time we get to stuff.
Perfect. Snoopy's been officially released, so we can definitely talk about that.
Plus Kenny move.
Yeah, add Snoopy officially.
Aborted.
Well, you don't even have to add that. We know that's happening.
Plus Snoopy released. Oh my god, Boston. Holy fuck. Go to a little master segment. We can do it off the rip. We'll do master segment off the rip. I already got a prize pick slip in too. We already got a slip in
All right.
chat.
This.
This is my round 1 slip. And they actually added more markets on here. They probably did. They having it. They're waiting for tea times. Trying to think what else. Housekeeping. Content ranked. I think these are all the rosters, right? Ravens, Vancouver. I'm reformatting your notes.
Thank you.
Carolina,
tweet out,
Vancouver,
but-
Boston. We'll do that. That's a good 5 topics. I think we'll be chilling there. What do you guys think of that agenda, chat? Is that a good agenda? Is Gwen moving back to a sub? I mean, I guess, but it's not going to fix
You
anything.
drop
bro.
watching? I don't know. All right, let's run this, Ben. Okay, we'll do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
right.
Fucking thing sucks. All right,
Let
everybody's
me
screaming.
make sure this is good too. It wasn't. See, I'm locked. Chat. It wasn't. See, I'm locked. And now we're good.
All right, I'm going to go piss really quick. I'll be right back.
All right, I was ready.
All right, chat. I'm going to turn my cam off here. You're going to see it on Nameless' stream. If you guys sub while we do this, I knocked, by the way. Just trying to give me a chance while I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. If you guys sub, we'll show you on text. We're about to run this show.
Chat, I got the Broncos in our Madden franchise.
So anyway, you're going to hear Ant for a second, not hear me, so chill.
I'm cool with it. Some for the kids at the baby shower, and they didn't drink any of them, and I killed the whole pack in a day. You're 45, drink water and worry about your cholesterol. Well, I just got blood work done, and I'm actually A1, top percentile of human beings. Green light everywhere. So I'm good.
All right. I am good to go whenever you are, Ant.
Yeah, I'm ready. All right. Welcome to CoDCast, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great episode this week, full of speculation. We're going to talk about all the potential roster moves. We're going to talk about things going on in the Call of Duty landscape. It's a very exciting time. We are in this, what I call spring break. And it's been a lot of fun. This last week was, I wasn't on COD too much. I was kind of busy, but I got to play the new maps yesterday and today in anticipation of talking about it for today's episode. And there's been a lot of news dropped. But I've had overall a really good week post-major. I was sick. I got over that. And then, a week from getting back today, I feel phenomenal. And I'm ready to just get fully back into, the Call of Duty mode. How about you? How's your week been since, I guess, last episode?
Well, I mean, we got back. We did that show and I felt like death on that show.
Same.
And the next day was bad. And then I lost my voice for a couple days. Like you saw me on Saturday, like my voice was still iffy. So
Saturday was a good day.
It's back. Yeah, Saturday was great. The baby shower was great. You guys did a good job.
Thanks, bro.
Glad you were happy. Lana was happy,
and now,
sport thing.
And now we're locked in, dude. We got new maps. We got hella roster moves. I'm sure you've been covering a lot of these things going down. Yeah. Things are moving pretty quick, Ben. Right now in the roster landscape, and there's some drama behind some of these moves, particularly the Falcons one, which we'll get into. But I think today's episode, guys, is going to be, we're going to free flow a bit. We're going to talk about these roster moves, and there's going to be stuff that happens like during the show, like something just happened that we have to talk about. But off the rip, let's talk about like what's going on with some of the maps. I want to give my take a bit. So as you know, Ben, we added all these maps. We were consulted with Spence about some of them, and the feedback from the community has been very mixed. Some people really like it, some people don't. I think Gridlock is pretty much universally loved. Would you agree with that? I think I've seen everybody.
So for audio listeners, I'm gonna list them out just so we know, and then we can go map by map.
Yeah.
So they added 3. This is the test maps in rank play, and obviously they can tweak this, but. 3 for Hardpoint, 3 for Search, 2 for Overload. So Hardpoint is Yemen, aka Clifftown, Gridlock, and Sake. S&D was Fringe and Plaza. So those are both throwback maps in Toshin. And then Overload is Gridlock and Utopia. So where do you want to start with? Where do you want to start with this?
Let's start with HP. Yeah, you can go ahead and begin. Let's start with the hardpoints.
I think a lot of people don't. So let's start with Yemen, aka Clifftown, which I'm just gonna keep calling it fucking Yemen. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, that's what I was calling it. Jay roasted. He was like, "It's not Yemen, it's Clifftown." I'm like, "Relax, dude. It's fucking Yemen."
It's Yemen, bro. I'm sure if it ends up being an actual map, you'll be asked on broadcast to refer to it as Clifftown. But
yeah,
that aside, I mean, Yemen it plays the way I thought it would play in this game. It's not gonna get people to just hit front shit dope that they can get on other maps. It's just what it was back in the day. Like you gotta set up, you gotta rotate. If you set layers, there's a lot of verticality of the map that you gotta push through. Like breaking hills is not entirely fucking easy on that map. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, so I played it two times yesterday, and I watched it once, and I think the map is totally fine. I think it's a great addition to the map pool, in my opinion. And I'm noticing a lot of people kind of expose themselves talking about it. I'm like, well, how do you break this? How do you do that? Well, one, people will be complaining about like Churchill, but you got to remember, in outside of ranked, it's 2 trophies. So like real competitive, there's only 2 trophies, and they're not gonna like waste both of them on one hill every time. And if they do, then it's gonna fuck them for the next hills. Second of all, you actually have to rotate on that map and like play proper. Like if it's P2 and you're just like banging P1 headlessly, you're going to get put in a blender and have to take a long route. It's how it was, and honestly how it should be. And it's a really nice change of pace, in my opinion. And I do think something that's way different about Gridlock and Yemen and some of the maps that we have added into this game is that you can't just like watch a pinch. You have to like push it out and like play for it if you want to get into like the real proper setups. Like if you guys really get into the nitty gritty and like are trying to improve the game, you'll know like it plays different. Like on, for example, like I don't know, even like a P1, you can on Gridlock, you can get both sides. It's the same thing for Yemen. If you have P3, you can control all of like P5 and push a guy up towards the dark arches and put them into the deeper spawn. Like that is like Call of Duty when it's at its peak. So I think it plays really well. I will say I probably need a little bit more testing on it, but I think right now where I'm at is I like it a lot.
Use the guides page because people can kind of see what we're talking about. Because there might have been people back in the day who didn't play like Yemen when it was in the game.
Yeah,
like it is like, and we'll show you. We'll get to this Vito thing in a sec.
So this is the guides page. This is Clifftown, aka Yemen, and this is the main complaints I saw were P3. Ben, people were complaining about this and like killing people.
P3 was always okay. Always. So like the way this played back in the day, like P1's hard to get time always unless you get 4 dead. P2 is like a pretty standard. You saw us a lot back in the day in older CODs, like power position, tower, hard point, interior.
Yeah, you're getting farmed. You got to take a route.
Control the exterior, but then 3 people die and you're just finessing the inside and you die. P3 was always though a rotate hill. Like you can't front smash fucking P3 because they spawn there. It's like if you want to get P3 time, like you got to get there and you got to get set up, but you also can't go fucking 4 dead because they can spawn you out. So like
you have to get control of mid room. Like if you're coming from dark, right? Like the way that you would break this is you get guys over here that are like contesting this fight here. So the guy in hill can't be going crazy or front. And then you get a guy in the mid room so he can influence cross because they're spawning over here and they have to run across, right? So you get mid room control and you bully and like hold cross and play kills. Like that's how you play it. And like I get it can feel very frustrating if you get a guy pushed up here and a guy window playing crossfires, but then they're spread. And the name of the game in Black Ops 7 has been if they're spread, they're making a fucked up play. Like you're gonna get punished for it. So people will just have to learn how to approach the map. But hey, there's a ton of VOD if you want to learn how to play Yemen. So I do think it should get added, and I think we'll see a larger skill gap if we add Clifftown and Gridlock. But let's move on to gridlock, Ben. Because Clifftown does seem controversial. There's probably a higher likelihood that Clifftown gets added.
Well, the Clifftown ad, I think clearly some of the comments that Spencer said, and some other people like, I think like if players don't want in, but they think it'll add variety, they'll do it. So I'm curious, like how aggressive they get. I'll play gridlock a couple of times. I actually think it's what I thought it would be as well. I mean, 4 lane, 4 map already. The P2 hill size is as big as it was back in the day, so it can get kind of mixy. Showers, you'll see a lot of finessing, but you still got to control like the cutoff on the shower side of that.
100%.
And as well, open the building in mid. And P4 will be a frustrating hill for some people, especially if they're spawning in the back, just to crack the layers of what you need to get through that back statue, the overhead highway pillars that are kind of in the middle. But like I think it'll play pretty good. I think the ladder, right? What do you think?
I mean, I think Gridlock's probably already the best hardpoint map just off of a couple of times playing it. The rotations are super smooth. You actually have to be like I said, you have to push out pinches. You can't just like, it just plays like a true COD map where like you're kind of on your own a bit. I will say to what Zin's saying, I won't say spawns are awful. There's one spawn that I think's bad, and it's on P1. When you get the street spawn right here, this spawn to me doesn't make sense. Zin, you know what I'm talking about? This spawn to me doesn't make much sense. I don't understand why
it wasn't in Black Ops 4. You always spawned like and like you still had to pick up like it fucks because it gives you that like insta like pinch, and like you had to pick that up anyway back in the day because that was like a route people took.
You just have no angle to take. You can go bottom.
Crazy, you get so quick though.
You can only go bottom underpass or like right back here or like to your building, and they're just gonna be in the hill farming. So like I feel like they need to adjust the spawn and just like put it back here, like by the 18 or something. Like at least give me like a long option. Like,
yeah, I mean, listen, we know when a new map gets added, there'll be 1 or 2 questionable spawns, and that's fine. Like they'll fix those in the middle of the stage. But I think for the most part, the map plays like the map. I think is going to promote the style of COD that we want to see in a hardpoint.
Yeah.
And I think it should be auto in. I would.
I think we should add it with like the caveat of like if we can adjust at least the street spawner like ice cream like Zin's talking about. But overall, I thought it was just like a really fun map to play. I think like P3 plays really good. I like P4 as well. Like I think the map's solid. So that'll for sure get added. It's going to
promote nades. It's going to promote, especially on P1s and P2s. You're going to have to learn your nades. Because you can flush people out of some of these spots if you know how to bank around a lot of the walls on that. So, and then
Saki.
Sake. What are your thoughts on Sake?
This is going to be really unpopular, but I'm actually not a huge fan of Saki. Chat, can we get a pulse check on this? And leave your comments in the video below of what you guys think about Saki. As it stands right now, I feel like there's just too many angles to be shot from in a lot of spots. I think P3 is like I'm not saying there shouldn't be hills that are hard to break, but I just think it's like a little overboard. And when you're trying to break P3, you're just getting killed from everywhere. And like you're spawning like over here, like by crates, and there can just be a guy sitting up here jiggle peeking, so you can't hit it. The routes are super long, and then it's like there's just crossfires everywhere. I understand you're getting punished. It's difficult. I just think it's like it might be a little bit too difficult, too easy to read for the team that's in control. And yeah, I mean, there's like also like a natural like pace and like when you're playing the game, like a cadence to the game, and Saki just feels off to me. I have to play it more. I can't give my like full take, but right now that's where I'm at with this map. I think it's under delivering for what people were saying. Based on you watching, what have you thought so far?
Yeah, I agree with you about the flow of this map. I see why they forced 5 hills on it, but like P3 doesn't play that great. I think the P4 farm like fucking sucks. Like you can. Right, like that is one hill. Like if you're spawning in the back and like they're up front, like it's annoying as fuck in the hill. I think P5 is pretty awkward. I think pro teams, especially with all the like walls you can bounce around P5, if they hold it back on the hill, like good luck breaking that, bro. Like you're gonna have to go window and just like gun someone that scams.
Yeah.
But I think when you put Sake in pros' hands, I think the rotation win percentage on the holds will be pretty high,
bro.
So my kind of read on it is like, I think gridlock for sure should be in.
I agree.
But this is where I'm curious on the league side. Like, what is a priority to them? Do they like the old school spreadability of Yemen, or do they like, well, this will be a bit more of a high interaction map than Yemen will be. So
Also, like this
I'm
dead space, like here,
curious.
like I just don't. I wish like they like cut the map off like just a little bit.
it's so
bro.
useless.
I just
It's so
like
useless.
people will sit here like back P2, but like bro, when you're trying to go around P2 and they can be anywhere back here, it feels ridiculous. Like it feels like I'm playing like Battlefield sometimes, bro. I don't know. I gotta play it more.
Back P3.
I'm talking about back P2 and then back over here. Like I don't even. If you're back here, you're just
Back P2 is off. Back P2 is
awful.
so bad on
Yeah,
P4. You just get farmed. Like the problem is someone can just sit. Like
Just 10
someone can
rocks.
sit mid doors and watch like 2 crosses. Like they can watch that spawn cross. They can't see it. People go stairs.
This
So
hill plays
like
good.
it's just like P4 plays so I don't know. I mean, I guess the only trade off is like you can bank a lot of nades over the buildings to P4. Like if you know where people are playing, but like
Also,
anyone smart's gonna finesse. I don't know. And P3, the problem with P3 is how do you like, bro? Like you break P3, you can go front, okay, whatever, but like it's not really gonna work. You go left, they're just gonna go out the right fucking window.
well, on
like, hop up
rotation,
and
you're
just shoot
trying to
in the
go around
side.
left, and where it's going to develop for like the super pro teams is, or for like the pro teams is that you're just going to get pinched right here, and like there's going to be shots going to be pushed up hallway. You're going to be in crossfires. Like it's going to literally be impossible. It's going to
And
feel
he
like
eats out the window right, and they just push from the other side. Like I think it's just so bad.
so. We'll see. We have to watch them play. I hope like Optic streams their scrims and we get to see some Saki. I'm not against it. I just saying for my personal like preference, I don't really love it, and I think the cadence of the map is weird for like what we want. But anyways,
They got options. They got,
got
like
options.
these 3 are actually not bad options. I think to your guys, I think you and I both agree Gridlock auto win.
yeah.
I think Yemen over Sake, but I'm curious what the league thinks. I think we
Yeah,
can definitely
if
get
there's-
2, and then
If there's any pros
Go
in here,
ahead.
can you tell us what you guys think? I want to, before we move on, I want to hear any of their opinions. I don't know if there is, but
and we think so. The rumor is that they want to go to 6 hardpoint maps, 6 S&D, and 4 overload.
good move. By
One
the
because
way.
I think that cleans. What's up?
I said good move. Good
Because
move.
it cleans up, especially the grand finals vetoes. So that means if we're adding 2, one's got to go out, which you would think is probably either Colossus or Blackheart. You would think.
But like, if exposure's having frame glitches, then we might need to remove that, even though it's like
Yeah,
kind of a beloved map.
it is what it is though. Until I fix it.
Should I pull up the graphic of map data?
Yeah,
that you
if
sent me?
people want to see it. So I did a little bit of a calc. Shout out to EasyMac for some of the data here that helped me do it.
Where did I?
But this
put
is
it?
the math on what you literally just had it up about 1 second ago.
Got it.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out to EasyMac, give me the data to do this. So top 5 most banned. So these were just completely banned. I removed overloads because it's gonna inflate this. But Blackheart Hardpoint was the most banned hardpoint and close to over 1 in 4 series. There was no Blackheart. It was insta banned. Colossus Hardpoint would be next, and then the SMDs are done. Colossus at rate, understandable there. And the most leftover map is Exposure. So people aren't banning Exposure, but it's not playing it for some of the reasons we described. And then the most played, which will help with some of this conversation, a lot of dens, a lot of scars. So I think when you look at this and you're like, well, what map do people not want to play? Recently has been mostly Colossus and Blackheart Hardpoint. So you would think, to your point, one of those would go if we want 6 in the pool. But if Exposure is like, the frame rate issue is what it is. It just, I feel like you got to prioritize like not having delays and issues, and you got to,
So
let's bring 3 in,
one,
and we take 1 out.
does ban data like straight up say if a map should get removed or not, though? Like that's the question that needs to be asked, because like in ranked play, Blackheart and Colossus are probably amongst the highest played, right? Like probably amongst
Correct.
the most fun. And then also in terms of like our map pool, if we add like grid, like all 3 of our options are like medium large to large maps. So if we add 2 like large maps, then like we should probably keep small maps. You know what I'm saying? So there's a discussion that needs to be had by the pros of like what we're playing and like the balance of the different hard points
Yeah,
that
but
we have.
here's the thing though. I am of the opinion that the pros' opinion should matter, but this should rest with the league and with Spencer and Alex and,
And
everybody
rank
over
data
there.
too.
And rank data, and like they should the core. They need to be clear what transparent what the core goals are, which is diversity in playing as many maps as possible throughout the series. Their point, not trying to get like triple picks in a series. So like if you're following that, and it's like, well, you know, we want to try 3 of these new maps, we have to get rid of one. Does that lead you towards getting rid of like Colossus Hardpoint, even though people like playing in ranked, doesn't get played a lot of matches? Or does it lead you to removing like assuming exposure's fixed, like a Scar? I don't know. I think
I
unfortunately
think you can remove one. You probably need to leave one bang out. Like,
yeah, I agree.
you can't get rid of both bang outs, bro. Like,
I agree.
you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I'd be curious to like what all the pros say, especially for like some of the teams that are like, you know, triple sub teams that love the bang outs. I mean, yeah, Blackheart didn't get played a single time. That's just probably just needs to get rid. Like, we probably just need to get rid of that.
Yeah,
And then,
but here's the thing though, is like this is why players,
but who knows?
no
though?
disrespect to the players, is like they are going to make decisions based on what maps they're really good at. So like there are teams that are really good Blackheart Hardpoint teams that they'll fight tooth and nail to keep that fucking map in, you know? But there are teams that fucking hate Colossus. You know that shit's fucking, you know what I'm saying?
But Ben,
Like,
so
they're gonna
the
try and get
other
it out.
side of this is also Colossus is a search and hardpoint. So it's like if we in Blackheart's only for one. So it's like I know we're trying to avoid having like maps in like, you know, 2-3 modes.
Colossus S&D shit fucking
So
go,
like
though.
that's what I'm saying.
I
We
mean,
can
the
get
first
rid of
search map I
Colossus
get rid of.
search and Blackheart hardpoint. Leave Colossus hardpoint. Yeah, Colossus SD needs to go. I 100% agree. That should be the first map gone, like without question. And then I could be keen to removing Blackheart because one, like you just said, veto process. Like if Blackheart's not getting in any series, it's like it's just affecting the veto process negatively. To the point where like
Doug in the chat, I agree with all 3 of those because Blackheart Hardpoint, I could see, assuming exposure is playable, I can see why Blackheart goes out. Colossus and Scar S&D are just bad S&D maps, so that's a good stuck. I think what the league should do, if the league were smart, don't know if they are, but if they were, today or tomorrow, they would say, hey, pro teams are back. This is the changes that we are currently evaluating to make to the map pool, right? 664, this is what we're thinking. Please provide us feedback on these changes and we will make a final decision by end of week. Right? It gives pro teams understanding and it creates a pair. People could say, well, your decision making is a little bit flawed here. And there's a little bit of a back and forth.
Yeah.
Instead, what they're probably going to do is they're going to wait till the end of the week or Monday and just say, this is the upcoming rule set. Or I think it should be a little bit more of a transparent public process so people can like, you know, provide feedback.
100%. Yeah. So there's not like so we don't confirm something and it's just like an outcry of like hate and, you know, people not being a fan of what's happening.
Yeah.
Also, before we like get to the next the overloads and the searches, bro, why in ranked do I get on and there's all these new maps and I can't run new guns? And why has nobody raised this concern? I wasn't able to play for a week. I get on and I go to like change my AR and it's just M15 is the only thing available, or Dravik only thing. I'm like, bro, we need to have all the other weapons available in between stages. I understand if like what's being used when the next, you know, stage starts, like we limit it to that, but like, bro, come on now. Like I messaged Spence. I'm like, and I think they're trying, but yeah, Treyarch's they gotta give us a little bit more to work with. And I get this is like progress from before, like overcorrection of like having too much in rank, but like we just gotta find that balance of like, okay, stage ends, we're gonna do an update, add the other weapons, and then pull them back, so people can try stuff. But we need new guns too, Ben. Like we can't just do this map stuff this week and then the league starts next week and we don't have new guns because then the pros are gonna be like, well, I practiced all this this whole spring break without this gun. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to try new weapons.
I agree. I mean, part of the problem with this patch is I don't think that they've really solved the SMG no dope or the like just having a sub that's like fun to use problem, right? You got a plethora of potential options to ARs if you remove the M15, but I think the sub question didn't exactly get solved on this patch, at least when I was playing.
We just
I don't know
gotta
if you felt the same way.
just ban the M15 or ban the Dravik. I don't care. I'm not even joking.
I just don't think that like fixes, brother. Part of the problem with this game is like
They'll find a
I
meta.
just think running the SMG is just like, it's so weird to say this because it's like they're starting to speak about like OP guns, but there's also when you use a gun, you feel great using it. Like right now, I don't know, all the subs in this game just feel
I mean,
just
I don't know, man. It might feel like that because people have Draviks out, but if you remove the Dravik, it might feel totally different. And I've also
Dravik isn't a dopeless, isn't a dopeful fucking sub to begin with either. I don't use the Dravik and I'm like, wow, this is one of the best SMGs all time. They had caught it in the history of COD.
when you're flowing with the Dravik, though, it does feel pretty good. And the iron sights of the Dravik are pretty nice. But all right, let's go to the next maps because we can't really talk about guns because they're not giving us anything to talk about. I will say I tried the ISR and it was solid though. About it.
A lot of the subs they're adding are just like MP7, Scorpion. Like we're short range fucking nukes, but like you getting anything outside of that is GG's. So like, you want to talk about the searches? What we think about these 3 maps?
So let's talk about the S&Ds. So we got Fringe, Plaza, Toshin. I played a Plaza search. I didn't get to play Toshin or Fringe because I've been playing mainly Respawn 8s. The reaction to Toshin was, I think Octane was pretty vocal. He said it was an absolute no for him and that you could only go
bomb site map.
Yeah. So any like one bomb site maps we should probably try to avoid. And then Fringe, I'm curious how have you watched anybody played Fringe? I haven't played Fringe.
Yeah, it plays okay. I think like Plaza search will be pretty interesting with pros. I still think potentially it could turn into a bit of a Colossus style TDM, but I think that it has better sightlines than Colossus. So
and rush
people
routes.
Try to use better routes, and if people try to break ankles in the middle of the map, the other team will be able to like clearly see it. Because you can see it, like you can sit all the way back in your spawn and get angles on it if you really want to play that way. So like we'll see. I mean, Plaza could turn that. I think it's worth looking at probably adding those 2 searches because like think about the pool we have right now. Then S&D is pretty solid. Well, I will say none of the S&D maps that are in the current pool are like S tier in the history.
No, Exposure's an A tier S&D map. Exposure's a good search map.
I'll give B+. I don't know about A.
It's a good search map. It would have probably been an S&D map in almost every COD.
But I don't think it would have been like a memorable like, I played that S&D map and that's what I remember from that game. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Exposure, you can go to both bomb sites. You can snipe. You can wrap bombs. Like you can do everything's available on that map. There's rush routes. Like everything's available on Exposure. It's like objectively a good search map. I think it's probably.
I don't know if I'd say A tier though.
It's good.
Say like B tier. It's
fair enough.
playable.
Whatever.
It's good.
It's a good search map.
But listen, we have Colossus, which is basically just TDM, right?
Yeah, that's terrible.
With team tweaks first and tries shall, and then Scar, which is a 1 bomb site map. As much as we've tried to see if teams can figure it out. So like, I am of the opinion that like doing a 2 in 2 out or 2 in 1 out in search is fine. And even if we don't address, because I assume Colossus S&D will be the first to go, if we don't address Scar S&D, like that can just go for stage 4 in champs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Like
I mean, we could, it's fine to have like a map like that where it's like one map where it's like offense gets like kind of an advantage. I think Plaza's has to come in if we remove Colossus because you still want like an action pack, like, you know, where people are going to be fighting early rounds, which Plaza you'll get if we remove Colossus. And I think, it's also like a nice change of pace, like in the way that the map looks, which is great for viewers. Watching Plaza has always been fun. I think we add that. I have to test Fringe. I can't really give my opinion on it yet, but I've seen a couple people saying they liked it. So we'll see where that goes. I think we're going to add 2 S&Ds, right? Remove 1.
Yeah, they want to do 6. I mean, I would have liked to have seen them test Gridlock S&D. I haven't played it. Anyone in chat has played it? Let me know. It sucks that
we don't want it for 3 modes.
I think that is ridiculous, arbitrary fucking decision making on the CDL. But
I hate it.
I think it's
elite.
I think we're just making arbitrary rules for things that are not a problem just because
it is a problem.
3 people at the league. Is it a problem? Are we losing viewers because we're seeing 3 fucking back-to-back maps?
Well, whenever that happens, there's a ton of tweets. Everybody's like, what are we watching? Every person I see in the venue and in the backstage, everybody's like, bro, fucking triple exposure, triple den. Any human being you walk up to is like, bro, this is ass. Just walk around the stadium, do a pulse check in the room, and you'll see. Nobody likes that. So I'm very much in that camp. I agree with that take 100%. Nobody wants to watch that shit.
So just make it, bro. Here's my problem with it. If that's a problem,
just gotta walk around the venue one time.
And a map can be, then you make a rule with the vetoes, and teams will have to think about this. A map in a series can only be played sequentially back to back. It cannot be played back to back to back. It could be in all 3 modes. It just can't be played 3 times in a row straight up.
Even that's ass.
I find it's like, no, that's not ass, because like that's just a product of. Okay, well, if like exposure gets played twice in a series, like I don't
playing fucking 20% of the game. What are you talking about, bro? Dude, like we've played COD for so many years. The games we had more maps have been way better.
No.
You're playing
no.
20% of the game.
But like, what do you do if that's the best optimal matchup between two teams? Just because visually we don't like the fact that nothing getting played back to back.
If we didn't have options, then maybe you consider it. Like first stage 1 and 2, they felt like they didn't have options. Well, now they have options, and we just did it for 2 stages. Now they actually have options, which means we don't need to do this tripling down on maps thing. We just don't.
What if? Okay, here's my thing: is like I think we are making. My problem with this thinking is that it's a arbitrary decisions that then affecting the testing when it should be the other way around. The way this should have been done, if they were smarter.
Okay, I agree with that. Testing it, sure.
They should have tested gridlock for all 3 modes. And then if it's clear that gridlock is great in all 3 modes, let's talk about tweaking the rules because we don't want to see gridlock back to back to back. Instead of, well, we don't want to have a map back to back to back, so we know gridlock's good. Let's not have it be in one of the modes. It's like a ridiculous way to do testing.
Okay, I don't disagree with the testing portion.
It's just an odd product design to me. It based like to your point on like hearsay data. Like someone show me the numbers. If someone wants to produce numbers to me on how having 3 maps back to back to back is negatively affecting viewership, viewer sentiment, and costing the league money, I'm open to that argument. If this is a bunch of hearsay people.
Well, if somebody wants to conduct a survey, it would almost, I can almost guarantee you there'd be 10 BENJs and 990 fucking people who are like, all right, yeah, we don't want to see the same map 3 times in a series. But adding extra maps and we'll just eliminate that probably anyway. But yeah, I agree with your point about the testing. We could have tested it with the caveat of like, we're just not going to add it for all 3. So pick 2.
Yeah,
we definitely could have done that, but I definitely don't agree with if it's the best option, we should add it for all 3. I don't agree with that.
We can move on, but I just think we're trying to solve a thing that is very low on the problem list, and by doing that, we're creating other problems on an arbitrary decision. We both agree Fringe and Plaza should be tried, thought about. Potion, no. And if they want to go to 6, 1 goes out, probably closes.
All right, so let's talk about some issues. Overload has a problem.
Yeah, Overload's got a problem.
So I understand when like people requested these changes, like after Split 1, and they updated Overload, to kind of negate the park and the bus, which was successful. It was great. The timer, the timer stopping when you have ball control is going to negatively impact Overload 100%. I played it a couple times now. It's not good.
Yeah.
Like there's just way too many moments where you get into these stalemates where like you have ball, and I had it yesterday and I should have pulled it up to show people, but they can just sit and play defense and it's just literally like Gears of War execution. Like nobody moves, bro. And they don't have to.
Bad.
And it's bad. And the time just stops every time. The round can go for a while. Even with reducing the thing to 2 minutes aside, it still can last for a long time. All we needed was stopwatch for OT. Like that's it. And I know that they're adjusting based on what we said stage 1, but it's just so late. And they already introduced the new update that fixed park in the bus. So I don't know if it's a setting or not. I heard somebody talking about like it may be in a setting. I can go check after this, but we need to get it back to where the time does not stop. And just play with new LT rules, and it would be perfect. Legit.
They are going to head to an issue with the amateur. It's going to be very funny to me because this change is going to make the up this weekend run hours longer than it would have normally.
Oh, for sure.
And I think it's going to be a huge problem. So I just think if you played a ranked play, watch people play it, it is making it from a map that was going 10 to 12 minutes to a map that may go north to like 20 for no tangible benefit to the mode.
Yeah.
And to your point, like I know we threw out a lot of ideas in stage 1, but again, this is the issue with the lack of, and I know I mentioned a lack of a really good venue for competitive topics to be like discussed in real time like this. Because if this was brought up about 3 or 4 weeks ago before they implemented this, I think people would have flagged, hey, by the way, now with how the meta settled, like we just need to fix overtime and we're good. Like it's in a good spot.
Overload was so fun at Major 2. Like,
yeah,
it's in a good spot. Oh, it was in a good spot. The dropping the ball thing so you can parry the timer is also like, no, remove that. Yeah, I can't even evaluate the gridlock I played because, well, one, the ball resets are like, I think they're all mid, which was weird.
On gridlock, which is okay. I'm not a.
It was weird, yeah.
I don't have super strong feelings about that. It is a weird because it's just different from all other maps and like takes some of the like an exposure. It takes some of like exposure and gridlock, the thought process on how we have to hold the cap and like play next reset and like all that stuff. But I think step one is, unfortunately, they're going to need a pretty quick patch here, I think, to fix the rules. Universally, I don't think people like what the changes they made now.
The problem is there's going to be so much like dead time of like irrelevant plays where it's like a team, like yesterday I was playing on gridlock. A team scored off the rip. I then grabbed the ball and I was running with my team in dojo on gridlock. And we were pushing like the planter side, the big square. And they just weren't hitting it out, or they would send like one guy and I would kill them. And like a minute and a half went by. And I finally ended up dying. But like that whole minute and a half was like completely irrelevant. I like got a hellstorm, just kill whoring. Nobody's really fully selling out, so you don't ever get like a clean push. Like it's gonna remove a lot of strategy from the game mode. Like we have to revert it. And I'm assuming people are the pros are gonna agree with that. I would assume, bro. If they don't, then they're just brain dead.
I think, and guys, I saw the Kenny tweet. We'll get to that in a sec. I think they just gotta revert it. Keep the new overtime rules. I think that's a W.
Yeah.
And then we can better evaluate. I think Utopia still is not that good. The points are too close, and I know that devs tweeted that they're gonna make fixes. Gridlock, I would love to see with better rules, but yeah, they've butchered the mode a bit. It's just the games are taking too long, bro. No one wants to play a fucking 25-minute overload.
Yep. So, all right. So, like, what we're saying is revert the rules, keep the OT change, get rid of the drop in the ball. We really like Plaza, S&D, and then we're in a great place in hard points. I think all three could get added and it would be an upgrade. So, whatever they land on with the two, I'm actually cool with. So,
I think they can add gridlock, and then with the rule effects, I think it'll play okay.
Overall, this has been kind of fun. All the community testing stuff at the same time and kind of coming up with like their opinions and takes. It's been really entertaining and a fun exercise with the community. So hopefully they continue to do this. Next time though, we need to make more guns available. But in terms of meta changes, I think that pretty much does it. So we can move on to roster moves. I'm seeing tweets getting dropped. Like, Ben, where do you want to start with this?
So we're going to go through a bunch of teams that we know are making potentially some changes, or we're seeing a lot this week, or teams are trialing a couple of players and they're going to make a decision going into next week when that's sort of, match week. So we've got the Carolina situation. We talk about Vancouver, Boston, Falcons, and then we can close this segment out by talking about the teams that are rumored to not be making changes, and like we can discuss what they think or they shouldn't, like G2, Miami, Gentlemates, Thieves, shit like that.
Got it. So we could talk about the trialing, I guess. So this is yesterday you told me to go to I think it was Ronnie's Twitter and just pull up everything. Yo, guys, Ronnie has been putting in OT.
Yeah, hella content.
Like, I mean, this guy has been grinding, chat.
Bro. You're using soundboards now? Like, what is this, bro?
Shout out Ronnie, dude. He's been in the lab. I'm just imagining like an all dark room, like maybe one candle lit, like 6 monitors with like DMs up on TweetDeck everywhere. And he's just getting the intel. Anyways, this one is Surge trialing new ARs. So they're set to release Capsule, which kind of blindsided me, Ben. I didn't think Capsule was like at all like the worst player on the team. But I saw Benjamin Vance like say something about his commitment issues once he gets to a pro team to like the work. Don't really want to speculate on that because I don't know Capsule personally, and he seems like a great guy, but he just continues to get dropped. But they want to move Gwyn.
Cap also didn't play. I'm gonna be candid with you, he also didn't play that good beyond whatever out of game stuff is, which I confirm I've heard over the years as well, and even Donnie's talked about it on at times, the issues on Bush when he was there. So like, BENJ is not spewing prop. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people in the league and kind of back the one up about Cap, but Cap also wasn't world starring on Vancouver.
But like, why would you join Surge when like his stock just got obliterated by this team?
Well, Donnie told him not to join, did he not? I thought that was like at the time Donnie was like, the Bush guys were telling him maybe not, because like, listen, the problem is Vancouver situation. is that this is a product of Vancouver management. They really fucked this one up. I'm not gonna lie. This one's on them. They have created a situation with players that are just enjoying their paid vacation in not going 110%, and they're just going to get pooped on by everybody in the league, and they're just going to go to events and get losers bracket or last in groups or whatever, but they'll collect their minimum, wage check in the CDL. Like there's no effort here to overperform, bro. They are the worst overload team in the entire fucking league. They won 4 overloads all year. 4. They're not even that good at S&D. Would think a team like this would be good at search. No, they're not. They're terrible.
No, they're not. I mean, they've had a couple flash in the pan, like decent series. But like seeing here, I mean, I do agree with like switching, Gwen's roles back to SMG. I think that's probably a good move. But like, I don't know, man. It feels like joining this team is a death trap. I saw somebody describe it like that in the chat. So it looks like they're trialing Brack and Beans. Beans had a really good tournament. So, I think that's the right move to give him a trial. But if you're Beans, man, like, is this really the squad that you want to go and join, where like you rebuild your stock, you play well, you end up here? So I'd be curious how that goes. They could get better if Gwen gets back to like rookie of the year Gwen. But like, do you like, even if Beans is like the answer here, like, do you think this team like realistically has a chance to like do anything? Even if Beans or Brack?
I have zero faith. Like, here's the thing. This game is not a spread and go solo and do crazy shit game. This is a game that requires, watch the way that like FaZe have played. Gentlemates play when they won the event. Optic, who are the clear number 1 team outside of, unfortunately, the 2 losses, event and finals. The way that you to play this game and respawn, and by the way, at times S&D too, is we do shit together.
Speed.
We got to spread and get info, but the minute we get info, we do shit together.
Insta react together, yeah.
And there are times where someone can go on a solo fucking absolute bomb out. Look at what 04 did to fucking Optic last couple of maps, especially in that series at Major 2. But the problem with this Vancouver team is like they are just they've not shown the ability to play effectively together in any mode. I don't think adding Brack and Ben is going to fix that.
Well, because if you add Beans or Brack, they're slower too. So it's like them with Lunars, and I don't think Gwen's like the fastest. So it's like, you have like imagine those guys get a 4 down. Like they're not all running together simultaneously, like trading left and right and like steamrolling, snowballing that. Like it's just not. It's going to be hard to do with that roster. So yeah, I don't really know where they go from here.
I don't know who is making the decisions on this team. I'm gonna be honest. They have, from the minute of the season started, even before that, Vancouver has made the wrong decision at every turn. It does not seem like, and there's no disrespect to Brack or Ben, because I think those are great guys.
They're good,
but I don't think them going to this situation is going to fix the situation. I hate to channel Patty P, but this is a situation that, like, I think if this split goes south, they need to think about the future and just blow it up and go find a fucking full amateur team and pick them up for stage 4 when they're already not going to qualify for champs.
Yeah,
and
they're in a rough
in
spot.
The future.
They're in a rough spot.
It's bad.
That's where kind of where Surge is at. I mean,
well, go to like breaking point. Go to CDL.
Okay.
Go to CDL and go to standings, because I want to also visually explain like what my thinking is.
So they're at 65 points, so they're pretty far behind.
10th spot. Yeah. So for audio listeners, Optics, the following teams are basically already qualified because 200 plus.
Yeah. Also, hold on. Let's pause. Let's react to what Hicksy just said. Because low key, bro, this team is like, we're really, really bad. There should be more than a 1-man change, and it should be more than the one guy that came in. So they were already ass. Like, let's just be honest, they were already ass. They picked up Capsule, they stayed ass. So the one guy like that came in that, I guess they got like a little bit better, gets dropped. Like it's not going to move the needle for this team. Like this whole team probably needs to be swapped, bro. Like maybe retain one piece. Like
what they did in the offseason. So like last year, obviously we got Ford in the chat, Charlie X in the chat. Like they had Ray in the crew there last year, and like they were obviously good most of last year. Just couldn't convert final, but they were a factor the whole year.
What they're doing, dude.
No, but I'm about to spit some games. So give me a sec here.
All right.
And so going into the season, there's always been rumors about that org selling. And what's been communicated outwards in the community is that that's not the case. They don't want to sell. They want to invest in doing all these things in Vancouver. And what they did in the offseason is that the Alkalani entity doesn't necessarily run the day-to-day on this team anymore. They contracted it out to like another firm, which is made up of like people from Luminosity Gaming, like some ex-LG people. I don't know if it's just like an accounting trick or like I don't know the full reason for this. But unfortunately, they like basically were not going to be in a position to parlay over last year and like spend. They've gone budget. Yeah. But the problem is when you go budget, you need to build a team that's going to want to build a team. Because when you're not paying top salaries, you're not going to get the most insane talent unless you get lucky. They need to be a squad, and we've talked about it usually like a squad that's S&D first, a killer in the mode so they can grind out series. And from the rip of this, they have poorly mismanaged. From my understanding, and Ben's alluded to in the chat, they basically had a couple of coaches pitch ideas to them because they're basically starting fresh. And they went with an idea that I think was flawed off the rip, which was let's make this leftovers team, but build it around Legend, who was a Halo player.
Yeah, that was horrible to see.
Potential prospect. Like they weren't giving that team like if I were in the room, I would ask, well, okay,
who's gonna develop him?
Who's gonna teach this team how to play COD though?
No one.
Like who? Yeah, like so, like well, cool, but like how are we teaching this team how to perform? So they fucked that up. And then what's been abundantly clear the last couple of months, which is by ex-players who have left the team, by people I've talked to in the league, people that scrim this team, is that they are just like not getting better on a daily basis. So I'm just confused. Then you look at that, like, and we get to this point, like the decisions that Vancouver's making, like what are they trying to save here?
Well, when you watch them play, it's like a clear, like, and this is on the players too. I'm not calling it like just coaches and infrastructure, but there's like a clear lack of improvement match over match and like week to week, month to month. They don't look better at all. Like they just continue, they continue to look the same. They go out there, they're playing eights. They're not like applying concepts that we're seeing some of the other teams do. Like their gameplay looks completely different than majority of the teams. Similar to Boston. They just don't improve. They're clearly not putting in the work. And I don't know if that's a player mentality thing or just a team culture overall, but Ben
just said something crazy in chat. So I don't know. Like he's saying, I'm hearing coaches aren't turning up to scrims at times. Listen, I mean, bro, like this, if the whole team is dysfunctional, I just don't know how management hasn't just kind of burned this. Cause like, again, look at the standings page right here. Optic Phase Gentlemates all at 200 plus. Thieves and G2 at 160 plus. They're probably making it. Okay. Miami, Falcons, Toronto, all around 130, 120. The three of those teams plus Carolina 110 are basically fighting for 3 spots.
And remember, there's less points available now. Like that was the split. Yes. You need to get some wins, bro. So they need like an overhaul. And remember, a lot of these other teams are also getting better.
Double up, bro.
Riyadh would probably get better. Toronto will probably get better. Well, is getting better. Carolina, which we'll get into, might be improving.
Man. Like they're on 65, and they're done. I think Falcons or who's 8 right now.
8 is basically double their points. Yeah.
8 is 120 something. So they would have to. Vancouver would have to basically go 3-2, get top 4 in the minor, you would think top 4 at the event to try and catch up to whatever the bottom 2 lagging teams. And then they would have to basically do it again in stage 4.
No, they need to sign challengers players that they can bank on the future and like develop. And that's the place that they're at right now. Otherwise, they're just wasting time and do nothing.
So this is a crossroads, which is, are they in this league 100p next year? I think so. I've heard that when asked about what the potential sale of this franchise would be, the number that's been thrown out is an astronomical number of multiple millions. And I just don't think there is anyone in any market out there that's willing to buy a CDL spot for more than I6, very low 7 figures. So anyone quoting more than that is just not centered in reality. They're trying to in one go make up any losses they've had the last couple of years and get out clean instead of just cutting weight. So then they are in it next year. So to your point, like you're already not making champs. There's still EWC. I know there's obviously a war going on in the Middle East, but I think EWC will still happen at worst somewhere else. So EWC will still be a thing. If you're Vancouver, you got to think about that plus next year. Like,
yeah, 100%.
I don't know what they're doing, bro.
They need to go. They need to go field challengers players. At least 2 of them. Pair them with two of the vets on your team and try to develop them and hope they come in with some actual some motivation and better culture. But that might start with the top down. I don't know. It seems like that team's just not getting better. I mean, they're 22-53 is their game wins, game losses. Like, that's just horrible.
If you're someone that wants to get in this industry, or someone that's studying sports management,
Oh my God.
or you're someone that is maybe you're in a corporate world and you want to be part of corporate leadership, this is a great example of a situation where I think there is like a lack of clear goals, a lack of leadership, but also at the mid and lower level, there's no culture here. And those are all the things that are necessary for any kind of leader. Again, whether it's a business unit or a sports team unit. These are lessons that I think a lot of people who watch the show can apply to whatever is going on.
No, this team's been handled horrible from the jump, from the picking up of Legend to the roster swaps and getting TJ, to the roster change and picking up Cap and then dropping Cap when the team has been asked the whole time. Like, you can't just put all the blame on him. Like, every decision that has been made by Surge this year has been less than ideal. And I feel so bad for Surge fans because they built themselves quite a fan base last year. They were a really good team, and this is what they got this year. So, I mean, hopefully they improve. But let's move on. I can't keep talking about that.
We're gonna get to a point where we're not gonna talk about them, so we might as well just get off.
Yeah. So let's move on to the Boston Breach. They're targeting Kenny as an SMG. Interesting move. What do you mean they were?
Okay, so if you go to news, click the news tab at the top there, you will see that there's an update to this. So Afro, it looks like, is going to be going to this team. He's already been released by P7.
Yo, I fuck with this move heavily.
So let me. There's a lot of context here. So let's hold on the Carolina side of this for now. Let's hold on the Carolina side because I think this is a good victory for Carolina.
Yeah.
On the Boston side, it looks like they're going to release both their subs. They tweet out today that Snoopy's been released. That's a big end of an era for Boston. We'll get to that. Afro's coming in. You both and I probably agree. We'll get to a high level. Good move for Boston. It will be the next player. It looks like with Ken unable to come to terms with Boston, it looks like they will at least short term be keeping Purge. If you scroll down, it seems that is what Boston's doing short term. So
the Ravens previously attempted. Oh, this is all the way. Where do you see the Purge stuff?
It was listed. I saw a Ronnie article that said it, unless he edited this article.
Oh, here it is. Wait, Purge still finding out his fate? Okay, so this was on April 5th. This is the updated one. Well, we can just tell people about it. So it was supposed to be obviously Purge and Snoopy. It must have been
a different article that got deleted or something.
It's supposed to be Purge and Snoopy getting released. And then they were gonna trial multiple people, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I think Boston was just going to sign people. I think Boston was going to sign Afro and Ken and call it a day.
Afro and Ken,
I don't think there's any trials.
Well, Kenny probably just I mean, Carolina is definitely a better option. So when that became available, Kenny was probably like, yeah, I'm going to do that. So what that leads me to believe that this is like leaning towards Kenny then, right? Like, obviously, if Kenny was trying to come back and entertaining Boston, he wouldn't like risk not being on that team to do this and let that like another guy take a spot. So he's probably just going to end up on Carolina. Like I said, full of speculation, but like that makes sense in my mind.
So click on the link I just put in the chat. Shout Ronnie for sending it because it's just a little confusing the breaking point side. So like in the article I just linked from Ronnie, it looks like this is so Boston's agreed to terms with Afro and P7. So I assume there's some buyout or whatever. So Afro's in. That's a good move.
Yeah, we saw that earlier.
But it looks like, again, because now they're kind of borked with this Ken thing for whatever reason, they couldn't come to terms. They're going to keep Purge for now. Apparently, they looked at Real, but Real has gone back to Europe. I wonder if there's a visa situation there or something. That would be the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, he'd probably still be here. I mean, this is
crazy.
I mean, Afro's better than Snoop at this game. Oh, yeah,
for sure. So, Afro was unreal at the tournament, bro. I was watching that guy's arrow, making good plays, slamming. I mean, he deserves a spot. 100%.
The problem is Purge is, I love Purge, but Purge is statistically the worst player in the league.
Oh, he's been less than ideal. That's for sure. But what do you do if Kenny just opts to go to Carolina? I mean, you really didn't. Who else are you gonna get?
I mean, they got finesse, but this was part of the problem of Boston. This is why I was so fucking tilted. They waited. This is why you can't wait when you make moves. When
They
we
should have
knew
just
this Boston
signed Kenny
thing
and Afro immediately. Yeah.
when this thing was so iffy in stage 1 and everybody and their mother could see this shit was not going to work, like they should have made 2 changes when they brought in Spart. We all fucking mentioned that.
Yep.
And they refused to fucking do it.
Said it right away.
So this is, you kind of like a little deserved out of Boston for not really making the right move at the time. And now, unfortunately, they're below in the totem pole on where the changes are going to go. And yeah, you get Afro. But I think Mark is a huge opportunity for Marcus, because I think Boston are not going to make many changes now down the stretch. If he has a good split here and plays good at major forward, like I think Marcus Afro can parlay
Question
this
for you,
into
Ben.
a longer term hold in the league.
Does Boston still have like the rights to Snoopy? Like, is he still under contract?
They released him, so I don't think so.
I was gonna say.
I also don't think Afro. I don't know if Afro and Snoop is a good duo though. That's a bit. They're both like Rome kind of guys. I don't know if that would necessarily work. I think the thought process is that Olu's like a pretty big yapper in the comms, and that's I think why they wanted Ken, because Ken would kind of like that with Purge. So I think that's why they don't want like 2 rogue subs like that.
Yeah, I mean they just went from Snoopy being super rogue to like, I guess Afro gets aggressive, but he's like still like kind of grounded in game. Like he'll make good plays.
If you want to know how fucked they are, though, go to their team page and go look at who they play this split, and you're gonna. I want to see your reaction to this, bro.
Oh, let's see Boston. See their upcoming matches. Where do you see the upcoming?
Go to matches.
Oh, GG. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's over with. Oh man, maybe 1-4. Maybe. GG's.
To read it to our audio listeners, they play
FaZe Vegas on the 18th, and then after you get your shit 3-0 mollywhopped, you go to bed, you wake up, you scrim, you play Toronto Koi and get your shit kipsed. Then you go to bed, you wake up and you play Mercules, and then you go to bed, and then you wake up the next day, or actually you get a 2-day break after that one. You got the Gentlemates.
And they got G2.
And then G2. And at that point, you've been beaten down. You've gotten cooked. You're 0-4, and it's your only winnable match. And then Mamba's going to smoke you. So yeah, I mean, it's over with. I mean, unless they make like another change, or Purge has a huge improvement. I mean, last year Purge was good. This year though, he's not warranted a league spot at all.
But this is what I taught, bro. When we first talked about their issues in stage 1, I mentioned this issue. I was like, go look at their schedule. They have to play good in stage 2 because stage 3 is shot.
Yeah, Kenny saw the schedule and said, "I'm good."
I'm like, bro, do people like? I like. Do people not like?
Let me see some.
And I know that there is some. How do I say this in the most polite way possible? There are some behind the stuff scenes going on at Boston that I think will be revealed in due time. Obviously, you guys have seen the rumors, but Omid stepping in. There's a bunch happening in the background of this team.
Yeah, they got new management.
I think post the end of the season, I think it will make sense on like what's going on here. But like even of the people that are still have decision-making power, I'm just confused like how they needed to foresee how important stage 2 was. They didn't. And now again, they're the same problem as Vancouver. You're sitting on 60 points. You're in a worse spot than Vancouver as far as being able to generate points this stage. You were basically playing for EWC. You're not going to champs. Can't do the top 3 thing you did last year. You got to think about the future. And like right now, you look at the pieces they have. That's why I like Afro. It could be a good feature move.
Yeah, it's a good pickup.
But like,
listen, Boston went south when they dropped Gigawake. I mean, it's just facts. Team just went to the gutter once they made that move. Been telling people, man. But let's move on to Carolina. I think this is a good move on both sides. I actually do. I do like Carolina in general. I think that roster has a lot of potential. I love Lurk, super bullish on him. I think Craze needs to be a bit better, and I think he will improve. He's shown a lot in Search and Destroy. Obviously, he's got crazy talent. So I think you're banking on his development a bit. And I think Exceed's, I mean, this team was dust before Exceed. He joins, brings so much value in Search and Destroy. He's one of the best snipers in the league. In Overload, he's really solid. He plays the objective, and he's got great comms, and he's also like the leader for these guys. So he has a lot of intangibles, and he's just like a solid player. So I saw people like talking about like both ARs getting removed. I don't think that's the play. I think the issue with this team is at times they can be pretty inconsistent and like not play the right way or like kind of get stuck in that rut. And I think Nero has always been that type of player, like super hot and cold, not always making the greatest decisions. Not a bad player, but like this team needs like a consistent Slayer that's gonna, week in, week out, show up the same. And Kenny's not exactly the most consistent Slayer, but at least he's like consistent in his work and his approach. And if he does somehow start to find kills with this roster, then they become really scary. So I actually like Kenny getting picked up, assuming, he's still, shooting straight. But yeah, if he plays well, this team will be really good. What are your thoughts, Ben?
So I think Carolina as a team is potentially a one change away from being like pretty solid, because I think their sub duo
good,
especially with the revelation of Lurks in the last stage or so. Like there's a lot of potential there, and I think Exceed is solid, potentially upgradable, but like I think for now, I don't mind them making the one person change with Nero. And Nero is always kind of a weird
he's inconsistent
add to this team. Yeah, you gotta remember the context of this team and how Nero ended up on it. That was with like the whole slasher thing. So like them looking to an upgrade, I'm not surprised that a lot of players, they have talked to a lot of people. Some people have turned them down for a number of reasons, which I don't entirely agree, but they're gonna have a decent choice between some of these pop-off ARs from challengers and Ken on like which direction they want to go. I actually think Brian and them have played this window beautifully.
Oh yeah.
Because, a couple windows ago, they got kind of fucked by the Neem situation. That was kind of unfortunate for them because they could have had Neem on the squad. But now they've actually kind of taken the lead in this window, and depending on how practice goes this week, they can, get like pretty decent, and I think start to catapult themselves, into that T6 conversation. If they play right.
If I was coming from Challenger, this is the team I'd want to join for sure. I mean, any team that just
outside
has like
of like
a
the
good
top
sub
teams.
Well, of course.
Outside of like all the yeah.
But like it's a desirable location. They like I said, they got good players. And with the Craze thing, I do think he needs to play better, but I think you just bank on him developing. I don't think you let that guy walk at all. That'd be crazy for Carolina. Yeah, they could be in a good spot. They're trialing Kenny, Fire, and Geo, this says. I'm not really sure how Geo's been playing this year. Anybody got like Geo stats?
He's been good. He's been good in challengers.
He's a shooter.
He had a good split one. His team was a top team. They didn't have the world's greatest stage 2 challenger split, but he's still like going to be a factor. I just wonder, again, it's just kind of hard to read. I think everybody that's coming in and trialing the situation's got upside, and it's going to come down to the fit on this team. So to Santino's point, I'm very curious. If Ken joined these trials, scroll down. Does it say if he's playing?
No, he's going to be. He'll be an AR on this team. That was for Boston.
Yeah.
That was for Boston.
Yeah.
And yeah. So all right, let's keep it pushing. The next team we need to talk about is the Falcons. So Falcons, I have like an interesting couple of weeks. I saw Clay tweeting about people coming at him, which is absolutely insane, by the way. I talked to Clay a lot, dude. The amount of work that guy's putting in, he's going hard, dude. And there's only so much you could do. You get to land, like these guys are playing sound COD online, like legit. Like we watch their VOD ad nauseum. I've done like 8 breakdowns on the broadcast on them, like putting out teach tape. So like it's in there. They just fucking blacked out when they get to land. So I don't know how much of that is on Clay. I mean, if you want, I mean, everybody's obviously responsible.
I don't think any of it's on Clay.
I agree. I think he's going hard.
I tweeted about it. I threw my hat in that fucking ring a couple days ago, and I got some interesting, feedback from people in the MENA community. I'm starting to learn more and more about that community, and it's cool to see we have a lot of new fans coming in from a region that we haven't serviced a lot before. So hearing from a lot of people within the region about their thoughts and starting to really understand. I think it's coming from 2 spots. One is, I think there's an acknowledgement of a shortcoming of the players. We're going to get to that in a sec. As far as with regards to like, I think they misunderstand how a team like this works. I think as far as personnel decisions, I actually don't think that's like up to Clay.
No,
I think
it's
that's
not.
up to upper management. So a lot of people are kind of assuming that these decisions are Clay's decisions, but like I think they're more like Den's and some.
He has influence, but it's not his decision.
Yeah. I think you probably agree. I think coming into the season, we kind of knew that we knew what MC would bring. I think MC's obviously going to play better in search. We'll get to that. We knew what kids would bring, especially playing out a role. But we kind of all felt like that X and Pred duo was always a bit of like a scammy duo. Because AG's always had criticism in the past about his play style, the way he plays, the way he reacts off information, and Exnid lack of experience tweaking, like could be a problematic combo. And they seem to have figured out like the flow to your point online, like playing out of the office and trying to not make mistakes. But to your point, once they get to land, it's like,
bro,
everything we worked on just goes out the window. It's really tough to sit here in your management. It's like we've gotten back-to-back top 8s. We've been great online, but we're 8th in the CDL standings right now. Like, what do we do to improve this? It's a tough problem.
I don't even think a roster change fixes the problems on this team. I don't. I don't know how you could watch this team and like if you watched all their matches from start to finish, they're like a roster change does not fix losing your skull on LAN. It just doesn't. Like this is like I don't know what I honestly. It's the most perplexing thing in the scene right now to me. The drop off that they had from online to LAN, and I don't think you could pin it on one player. It's everybody. I mean, I watched them on a break off on an overload all stand still, and the only guy moving was Exnid. So if you go back and you look at Exnid, and you say, okay, he's making some good plays. Then all right, who do we drop? Like there's times where Selim's making a terrible play. There's times where Kismet's not doing the right shit on LAN. I'm talking about from the series that we watched. Like it's hard to pin it on one player and say, okay, if QK comes in for Pred or Exit, we're just going to automatically like stay composed on LAN. To me, that just doesn't make sense, especially if it's like QK and Exnid. And if it's like Kismet and Cell were against that change, like then that is also going to create more problems. Because I'm just going to assume Kiz and Cell want to keep playing with Pred. Like they seem like they were really good online. They all get along. So like, I don't know, man. I think I think Falcons are in a really tough spot doing these trials. I know like there was camp seems pretty positive about it. I don't think a lot of positive is going to come from this. I'm gonna be honest. I think they should have just kept the team and just figured out what the hell's going wrong on LAN.
I think the problem with situations like this, and you've been around the block, I've been around the block. The problem is once we see can't translate from practice to matches, but can't translate online to LAN. That usually means that someone or some people are not doing what's required either day-to-day on practice and it's clicking online, but when they get to LAN, they don't have the building blocks or there's other shit going on in the background. Right. And it makes it tough to have these combos.
Everyone, though.
I know, but this is the thing is it's very tough to have these combos because we are not in the room.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on. We don't know who the offenders are. We don't know the problems. And so it makes it kind of tough. Now, I will say
I've watched all the piece of content they've had though, Ben. And like, if you're alluding towards like AG, I know you're not directly saying it.
Okay. Well,
he's been your leader.
First off, documentaries can be misleading and everybody should fucking know that by now about watching any type of entertainment content. Second,
I wish a player
let's identify. Well, let's start with this. The easiest way to talk about Falcons is yes, they have played great online, but even online, they were really, really bad at search. Okay, their S&E numbers. I'm gonna read off a couple to you. This is full season stats and search.
Yeah, they've been really bad
online. They are on the season 11-17 S&D. They are last in league in first blood percentage. A team with Exnid, MC, Kiz, and Pred.
Well, Exnid was
batting four.
Exnid was getting better though at S&D towards the end of stage 2 split, and their search was starting to look good. So like,
sure, but on the season. They are batting 45% on first blood. So by far worse than the league. League average around 50%.
But MC was also like the worst S&D player of the split. He was literally dead last.
MC definitely has not played great in S&D. I agree. But let me read off some more numbers to you. Okay? They're struggling to get first bloods. When they do get first bloods and they have a man up, they actually do win a good percentage of those rounds. They were man up win percentage is 84%. That's above league average. That's pretty close to the numbers you see from FaZe or 85.3, Optic Texas 85. So like those numbers are good. Here's where it swings the other way though, right? When they're not getting bloods, can they resave the rounds? They're batting 15% on rounds where they are man down win percentage.
Let's chill with the stats. Listen, you have to add context. There was a split and a half where Kismet was sniping, which was dumb as fuck. He put away the sniper and the search started to look a bit better. Celium just came off the worst split in S&D that he's ever had of all time. And Exit was leading the league in first deaths the entire time. So like to pin this on Pred, I think is absolutely insane.
I'm not paying this on AG, but if you want to talk stage 2 stats, the numbers are even worse than what they read. If you want to talk stage 2, which supposedly saying their search got better,
no, towards the end, it was improving.
Okay, but they were statistically the worst S&D team in stage 2. Yeah, don't talk about 2 maps where they batted 4 out of fucking 15.
Yeah, I mean, S&D was the number one issue for them for sure. I'm not denying that.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to explain to you why I think QK is coming in this lineup, because I think the reflection is there's like a two-threaded problem. Their respawn is taking a big step back when they get to LAN, which online is good, but they suck at S&D online and they suck on S&D at LAN. So which problems can we solve? I think the S&D problem is solvable, and QK statistically was one of the best S&D players in all of Challengers last
Shit does not matter.
Well,
That shit does not matter. Ben, the way your team approaches S&D, that's what matters, bro.
No,
and
it does matter because he fills a couple of roles. QK was one of the best snipers in Challengers. You already then take that burden off of, say, a Kiz or an MC. And we know he's going to be probably successful at converting that because we've seen people step up and be able to hold close to those numbers. The problem now, and when you bring QK in, right, because he's not going to run an SMG, is you're going to move that. You don't want to drop Kiz, who's the engine of the team. And unfortunately leaves this weird problem they have now, which is who has got to be on the bench. Is it AG, who has been better across all 3 modes than Xnid and has the experience and has won championships? Or do they want to give Xnid more time, even though, to be honest, Xnid makes a lot of like tweaker plays?
I wouldn't change the roster at all. I don't think this roster should be changed at all. This is
back-to-back top 8s.
Yes.
You want to hold a roster that has gotten back-to-back top 8s.
Yep.
To the first 2 lands.
Yep.
Why?
Because they've shown the ability to be a really good team. And
online.
Yes, figure it out. This is part of the process of being a team. This team is I think you just run the risk of getting way worse.
Oh, what am I hearing? I mean, yes, but they also run the risk of not getting any fucking better, and they're at danger. Brother, let's say Carolina nailed this roster change, and they get better. Falcons are the 9th best team. They're not going to fucking change.
You're speaking in a lot of what ifs, bro. I mean, it's also the same.
Yeah, but
that's
it's the what ifs. You got to like. That's why I think.
Yeah, but you know what you're working with already with this Falcons team. You just broke it down. You just broke it down in 4K to yourself and the whole chat. They're ass at S&D. Figure out your S&D. Let's start there.
I don't know if they're. Here's a problem. Is look at the personnel on their team. I don't know if they're going to get better at search with that personnel. And I think that's unfortunately the reflection that Falcons management have is like, I don't know if the 4 personnel that we have on this team is going to fix that search issue. So let's bring someone in that can help us perform in S&D. And then we're going to have to make a very difficult change of which player is going to get benched because of that.
QK better be LeBron in S&D the way you're talking, bro.
Have you seen his numbers?
I haven't seen his search numbers, but it's a different beast coming up to the pro scene, bro.
I'm gonna link you a chart.
It's a different beast, bro.
I'm gonna put this in your chat. Someone posted. I don't know if Chatter's here. He did a bunch of stuff. Let me find his chart that he posted on Reddit yesterday. I found it. It's right here. Go pull this link up.
All right.
So this is a graph that I'm pulling up on stream, having it pull up on stream, which shows it's a plot. On the y-axis is damage per round in S&D, and on the x is kills per round, right? And the only player, the outlier player in the top right of this graph, who's getting a lot of kills per round, also putting on a lot of damage, is QK.
Yeah, I mean, he's played well.
And this is all. This is what I'm saying. Like, and yes, challenger stats really converted.
You know who else would be up here right here? This is gonna be Nero next split. If he's down in challengers, like I don't know, man. Like I can't take too much from it. It's a different beast.
I just think I'm just surprised that we just been talked about Vancouver, we talked about Boston, and the fact that they weren't proactive in making changes. But it's clear that Falcons need to not stick their head in the sand and be proactive about changes. And you're sitting here arguing that
because when you watch them in the online split, they were so good. And if that is in there, and okay, an S&D fix away from being like an elite team, I think you run the risk of massively damaging your season. I don't know if it's worth it. Like if he's that good, then yeah, it is. So I mean, it just all depends on where QK truly is at when he plays amongst the pros. But I think watching that split, I mean, what were they 17-5 in a respawn or 17-6 in respawn, something like that?
Yeah, the respawn numbers were great. They were top for respawn in both modes. That's the frustrating part about. I understand your perspective. I understand they were in a very tough problem because it's I understand your perspective because it's like the online performances are good. Now, that being said, COD's litter with like, say, Boston from a couple of years ago where they're great online and then they get 0 points to land. They have a very difficult problem, but it looks like they've decided a personnel change is what they want to see. They want QK have obviously gotten a lot of red since December in the league. Like the minute that QK was playing Cubs, people were like, "Holy shit, he's one of the
he's
like,
been
next
playing
up
really good.
prospects."
I'm you
So they
can't,
wanna
you can't
see-
deny that.
They want to see what they got. From my understanding, Falcons are going to spend a couple of days this week with playing with Excellent, playing with AG. I assume AG will win that position battle. And that is probably the direction they will go. Like they have a not terrible schedule split. Like they just got to figure out how to get like a decent run at one of these lands.
Yeah.
And then I think the momentum will kick in.
Yeah, I think more so chat and everybody, audio listeners that are listening, like I'm just kind of speaking from experience where I've had like teams that have played really well and then kind of bombed out on land. We make a change and we get way worse. And the whole foundation, everything that you've built over the course of that time just gets kind of thrown out the window and new problems arise. And like, it's just like history repeats itself. I could see it happening here. But yeah, QK has been kind of undeniable. So bringing him in, hopefully he continues that performance against the pros. It sounds like he's coming in regardless, no matter what.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Predator Exit, one of them will be riding the pine.
But I will say the undercurrent of the Falcon situation, last thought, regardless of what direction they go here.
Somebody's unhappy. Somebody will be. It'll either be QK or it'll be Sulliam or Kismet, I bet. Somebody will be unhappy.
I think an MC-QK combo is actually, I think honestly that's a good combo because it's going to force one of them to play quicker, which we know MC can play quick when he gets his head out of his fucking ass.
No, I'm saying
that.
no matter if Pred or Exit, whoever's on the roster, one either Kiz and Cell or the side of QK. Because I'm assuming QK wants to play with Exit. I'm going to assume that. I mean, I don't know for fact, but that's just how these things go.
Well, two things. If Exit's the one that gets rotated out, I saw a lot of people saying Exit's ass, so like it'll be GG's. But they're like,
Exit's
we've
good,
seen a
bro.
couple of. Exit is a player who is very inexperienced, who has potential, who I think is clear to issues are obviously English communication, which he's gotten much better, and making the correct split-second decision and not making tweaker plays. But that's going to come with time and experience. And if the direction of their team requires him to step down a level to generate that experience, fine. The longer term problem that I'm getting to with Falcons is, let's say this season plays out and they're just like they get to like top 6. Do they want to stick with having a Saudi player in the lineup, or when they get the potential option to make a super team of, I don't know, MC Cell, like MCK Celium, Timp, Joe Deceives, and Scrap? Like, what do they do now about all this like Saudi prospecting pipeline? That you laugh, but somewhere, someone in a room in Falcons has to be thinking
Well,
about
that team,
this.
I just laughed at that team because that team would be fucking insane. MC, Scrap, Simp, and Show to See.
But they could do it though. That's the thing. It's like, I think Falcons are in a tough spot as an org because I think they want to develop. Listen, let's put on our business hats. Sometimes some of the people that come on these shows or some of my fellow flank co-hosts have a tough time looking at it from a
Full Saudi
CEO
roster that's
perspective.
running shit would be awesome for the brand and for the
No,
program.
I'm not going that direction. I'm saying like as a business, Team Falcons is a business, not even Riyadh Falcons. Team Falcons is a business. They want to compete and win championships on a global level. They know that MENA is an emerging market, especially in esports. They want to build stars in region that will create opportunities within region to partner with other organizations, branded partners and sponsors, local activations as EWC grows, as the Kadia project gets finished. Like these are areas where they have opportunities to make money and like make the org revenue positive, right? But the problem is that like they are going to end up in a crossroads of like, can they achieve that goal? But also like they're going to have an opportunity to make the second best team potentially in the off season.
Yeah.
It's a really tough spot that they're in.
It's a tough spot. They're going to have some tough decisions to make, but in other esports, they kind of showed what they like to do. I mean, just go get the best talent and just try to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
We'll see.
I don't see why it would be any different than Call of Duty. But honestly, I like the activity from Falcons and I like them chasing greatness, like them seeing, their team get 8th twice and their fans all like kind of uprising and them doing some trials, even if it's uncomfortable. It shows that they care, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for the roster moves, I think.
Are
Unless
there any teams that you and I think should have made a change that are not? 'Cause I got a couple.
it's a weird one. So let me go look at all the teams. Cause like, yeah, you can't change if you're Miami. You're just they're just too good online. Just keep that. I mean C9, but you can't really get anybody to join. And then like honestly, I might get called faded for this, but like, nah, there's just no good options. I was thinking Thieves maybe, but they were getting better. It's hard. I think all the other teams should stick.
Thieves has gotta keep grinding. I think they gotta give it another couple. If we get to the middle of the stage and it's clear that like it's just not working out, they might need to pivot, because then it might start to get really away from them. But I think that in Miami I think the two though that like I'm a little surprised.
Does Toronto continue that performance, Ben? Does Toronto continue that performance, bro?
I don't know. You can't really drop. Maybe
do they continue that performance?
Okay,
Answer the question.
I think unlikely.
Okay.
My personal opinion.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm.
This is where I'm getting to is like if you were Toronto or Gentlemates or Minnesota, we need to be thinking about roster hedges. Like a smart GM, if you've got the budget for it, needs to be thinking about roster hedges, because both of those all three of those situations are not guaranteed we're going to be on the right side of that. To your point with Toronto, you got top three. They played really good. But like realistically, we know Jamie's history in the last 18, 24 months. Is he going to have that kind of event?
I don't know. We're moving towards a more like structured game with some of the maps coming in, Ben, also, where the ARs are going to be a little bit more powerful. Yeah,
True.
so I mean, you don't change after top three. Thieves aren't going to change. Gentlemates, I mean, they looked way better at the major. Like realistically, they did. They performed way better than they did online.
But they need a hot start to this stage, or we got to just talk about this team's just terrible bad. And
I mean, when you win an event, you've afforded yourself a stage, right? And they still went in there in a good spot points. They played well at the major. Envoy had like a couple takeover maps. Like, we'll see what happens this stage. A mini.
My problem with Minnesota is like, I think they are the Boston of this year, where like, you know, I know a lot of people around that camp. Like they have a real camaraderie, like team, like they have a real team environment going on there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a real culture being built there. And I think that's why they don't want to make a change. But like visually, when you watch them play, like they should be having a conversation somewhere in some room about like there are talent upgrades out there. But to your point, I think they're afraid of what's on the other side of that cliff.
Yeah.
The same
They have
way
a
Boston
good
were probably
culture,
the same
dude.
combos. It's just like, the curious thing with Minnesota, more so than any other team,
they got a
is
tough
when
draw,
the map
bro.
pull, they got a tough draw. When the map pull changes, is this going to hurt this team, or is it going to help this team?
Oh yeah, it probably will hurt them.
And they may, unfortunately, I have a feeling, and my prediction with Minnesota is that it may not benefit them, and they will slip in the standings, while a team like a Carolina or Falcons jump up the standings, and G2 will be facing a lot of work to do to make sure they qualify for champs and have to decide about roster change.
Yeah, I hate to put that type of omen on teams, but I think I'm kind of with you with like the mini. If there's a good player, you can get ahead of it, and maybe like pack a punch. It could be worth discussing, for that team. Because like you said, they were really good at the bang out maps, and sounds like we're moving away from those, and we're adding some more maps. And it's weird though, because Astro didn't have the greatest tournament. They did get a bad draw. The Thieves match, Skies got bulldozed. Like it's hard to even single out who you would potentially move on the team. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a rough one for them. They might just have to grind it out. There have to be somebody kind of undeniable.
They're the biggest team that in this window. I was like, could they have made a change, not made a change? Like
it just depends on who's available.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think the only other roster news thing is while we were doing this show, some news came out about Huntsman via Ronnie, but there's not a lot of details in this article. It looks like they're just going to try and clean house. They're going to drop Brispy in Dimensions. Yeah, they're going to drop Brispy in Dimensions. They haven't decided what they're doing with Ojani, and they want to continue to rebuild.
What up, bro?
Renegade putting putting experience around him.
I don't know if Zin's
but,
still in the
like,
chat, but can we get a round of applause and W Zin? His guys are frying in the league. I gotta be
they are
honest.
absolutely frying.
They're frying. Yo, my boy Zinny got an eye for talent. We got to keep it a buck.
It's unfortunate that his team got poached quickly, like because they actually had stuck together. Like they could have been a dominant team in challengers this year, but that's just how it goes, bro.
These boys
They
are
made some
getting
good
developed over there, Ben.
Yeah, very quick development, and then Niam is a key part of what's going on with Thieves, and Kips and Gianni. I agree. Bush has made some good moves. Unfortunately, the Bush guys have gone to some of the wrong situations, and they're kind of ping ponging. But the two Huntsman guys have locked in their spots on those teams. Kips had a really good.
Oh yeah, Kips
event for Toronto.
Kips is going to be a pro for years, and
So-
I think Niam's really good too. Like, yeah, but so that's cool.
I just assume what Huntsman's doing is, just to give context to people, is that there's a cup this weekend, but there's going to be a lot of substitutes because there is a Audi E-League qualifier land going on this weekend. And a number of those rosters have supplemented their teams with EU and NA Challengers players. So a few of those players are actually in Riyadh right now. So a number of pros are not, a number of those top AM players are not going to play in the cup this weekend.
Okay.
And then I think also you're going to see teams wait until there's more clarity on which these Challengers players are going to make it onto the teams that are trialing players. And that will lead towards what will be a pretty big roster mania next week in Challengers, going into the elite qualifier roster lock, and then subsequently like the meat of this stage for the Challenger scene. So that's why I think there's no clarifying info on the Huntsman. I know Gianni's in chat, but I think Bush have like locked in their lineup now, which is I think Cap's in and Cammy's in.
Where's Snoopy gonna go?
He'll get on a solid squad once stuff kicks off next week.
Got it. All right, well, let's move on to the call-in portion of this episode. Guys, please, just like don't come in asking some dumb shit, bro. Like, have some decorum, all right? You guys ask some dumb shit, I'm moving you to the audience, bro. But here, join that link at the top under the pinned, and then put your hand up, and I'll move you guys in. We got 2 in here right now. Oh, prop P7. Oh yeah, that actually makes sense for Snoopy, probably. Is Dylan incoming? Dylan attached? Is he live? All right, let's just get the first one in here.
I'm sure Dylan will have some stuff to say.
It's pinned at the top for call-ins, guys. Join the Discord, join the audience, put your hand up. And we got Mr. Frankie, a mainstay. Welcome back, brother.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yo.
You guys hear me? Sound
Yeah,
good?
what up,
Yeah, I
bro?
can hear you. I just noticed that Ant changed his Discord picture to
Yeah, I don't
Tiger
know
was
what I'm
taking a
looking
knee
at.
coaching his little league team.
Come on, man.
Maybe.
Come on, boys.
Okay, let me hold on. I wrote the question.
The
down.
great
Hold on.
Abby. I might keep it for years.
Okay. So,
There's a good one.
we talked about map changes in the beginning of the show and whatnot, and how the testing has been going pretty well. Just to start real quick, what's the deadline for the league to decide what the maps are going to be for season 3?
For stage 3?
Yeah. Sorry.
I
Well,
think
teams
by the
aren't
end of this
deciding it.
week, no? It's
Is it the end of this?
But
I don't know if there's a hard
asked
deadline.
around-
What, like the
before
12th?
matches. But
So
I don't know
I
if there's
think
a hard deadline.
I think they want to. My guess is talking to some people around the league that they by the latest want to notify everybody by Monday.
Okay.
That'd be the absolute
So-
drop dead. I think the aspirational goal is to get it done this week. But like if it's going to take some more time or testing, I think the latest, like the latest it would have to get it out is Monday so that people have time to.
Okay,
Right.
so we talked a lot about opinions on maps overall, but I want to know what you guys want the final map set to be, and what teams are going to improve, what teams are going to get worse. Obviously, right? Like, let's say we take up Blackheart, yeah, Genomics are going to get worse, but I want to know what teams you guys think are going to adapt properly to maps like Cliffdown.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Gridlock, stuff like that.
Thieves will get better, 100%.
Well, should we start with what the map set you guys want?
We did that at the beginning. We did that.
we did
at
the beginning,
of the show.
but I could just tell you,
Yeah.
in terms of hardpoint, I
Okay.
want Clifftown and Gridlock to both get added.
Yeah.
Okay.
In S&D, we want Plaza. Overload is a non-starter until they fix the rules. We can't really discuss what map would get added. But I will say, Overload,
fair.
we are probably went from being into like a really good spot to a horrible spot because one, I don't actually think Gridlock's that great of an overload map, but I can't properly evaluate it until we revert the rules. But we need a low key another option for overload.
Yeah, overload is tricky.
Yeah, overload might be really bad in stage 3. Like, unless we figure some shit out, it could be bad. But I think Thieves will get better. Adding some maps like that. I think ARs are be really powerful on like Clifftown and Gridlock. I think Scrap's unbelievable. I think a BZ's like naturally slowed down as time has gone on, and he prefers to use an AR a lot now. That's where he's having like his best performances. So I think you can whip those out on a couple of hills on those maps. So I think Thieves Hardpoint, it's already good. I think it would get way better. A team like Minnesota, I mean, you're removing some of their better maps. It's going to hurt them. A team like Riyadh, some of their better maps getting removed. It's going to hurt them, right? And it's going to not only just hurt them because of the map pool, it's going to hurt like the veto process. They're going to be uncomfortable, especially if we have like 6 maps. So it's going to change the whole landscape of like where teams are at. Optic will stay good just because they play the right way. Same with FaZe. In Toronto could probably get better as well.
I feel like Genomites is a hard team to sort of. It's just speculation, of course, all of this, but like.
Well, they hated Blackheart.
What do you guys think about Genomites?
Well, they might get rid of their auto veto. I mean, they don't play Blackheart, so now.
Yeah, but like, do you guys think that they'll adapt properly to a map like Clifftown or?
Well, I don't see why not.
Well, they should. I mean, they got Dan and fucking Dante. Like, so if you're thinking about playing Yemen P3 or P2, like those guys should feast on a map like that. And a guy like Nep who can switch gears, get lost, like they should be good.
Yeah, they'll be good.
You would hope so, but Genomites.
This could hurt Miami a lot, like a lot.
Ooh, I didn't think about Miami.
Yeah, they play a kill centric style of hardpoint that is not going to work on Gridlock.
Oh, you're right.
Or Clifftown.
But they also have ARs that shoot though, so if they actually can like rotate.
Everybody has people that can shoot on the top end. I'm talking about Miami versus the top 6 teams. When you talk about a map like these guys, they're kill-centric team, Ben. You know this. We've talked about them. What happens when they don't get kills? You saw the Carolina series. You saw them on land. It's tough, bro. So, I mean.
So the stats on Miami, to what my backup what you're saying, and just to give people some numbers, they are a league average as far as rotation win percentage, but they actually on the season are near the bottom of the league in hold percentage and bottom of the league in break percentage.
That's what I'm saying,
so
bro.
What that says to me, to your point, is that they don't utilize their kills effectively. They don't have efficient breaks, and they do scam out of holds in a couple of these maps.
I said this in the middle of last split when people were crowning Miami. I said these guys have all 4 caught fire. Trakes, medals. At one point during the last split, Rencore and Super were number 1 and number 2 in overall KD. And then Trakes and Medals were both lighting it up in every series. It is not sustainable for all 4 players to be performing like that. When you're not playing, like you're going to win games that you shouldn't be winning. And that's what was happening with them. So they have to like really, like their search is going to be, they're always going to be solid because their search is always going to be good. But like adding these maps could definitely negatively impact them for sure because they're punishing. Bizarre. But yeah, that's my take on that. I don't know if Ben has anything more to add.
No, I agree.
All right, let's get Joser.
All right, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for your question.
No problem, man. See you next time.
That was a great question.
We'll have a more deeper, I think, combo on like the who wins, who loses once we see a full map pool like next week when we talk about the previews. But I'm sure we'll do that show, and then I will argue, and Ray will just sit there laughing at the 2 of us.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, also like who was like both good at Blackheart and Colossus? Mini was, Riyadh was, Carolina,
FaZe
right?
was.
Yeah, FaZe was too.
But the FaZe are also pretty much like they're pretty much solid. They don't have like a map that they're like terror bad at.
Yeah, you're right.
Like listen, as always, it's going to benefit the teams that know how to learn quick, A, and B, like teams that like their auto veto maps are getting removed.
Yeah.
That's why Genomites might benefit.
What up, Joser?
My question was, should teams lose 25 points at a major if they get double rounded and win 0 maps on LAN?
Like lose the CDL points?
Yeah. towards champs.
I think that's kind of that's an insane idea.
Yo, teams would be negative, Ben. Teams would literally be
crazy.
negative.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I think that's a little. I think to dock someone 25 points because they.
Or what about
have to wait till Friday to play and they get 3 hours like real.
Dude, they already got 30, bro. What are you trying to strip them of 25 more?
I think it would just make the bottom race even more interesting.
Nah, bro.
For what though? For in what? To the race in negative points? Like, what do you get from it? Like that doesn't. It's a funny idea. It's funny, but like it doesn't solve any problems.
Yeah, no, we can't do that. Do you have another question, Joser?
To the first round. Oh, that was it.
All right, bet. Appreciate it.
All right.
Appreciate it. I'm down for out of the box ideas. I don't know about that one, but I appreciate the thinking.
That's an insane.
It's an insane idea, but I tip it.
I mean, it would be interesting for like teams that are like really good or like in a good place in standings that go and get rounded, right? But definitely not. Yo, Vito, what up?
Yo. All right, quick question. This is like more like nameless inside, man. Like, have you ever like got like just slammed in a finals before?
Yes. Well, like not you talking about individually or like as a team?
Like as a team.
Oh yeah. COD Ghost, COD Champs Finals, World Start.
Let's say like 3 maps in, like, do you still have like the same fire? Like you can win it, or it's just like we just playing to play at that point?
Yes. I mean, it all depends. Like in that particular one, yeah, because like COD Champs Finals, we had like went down, a couple of series and came back and won. So like in the end, like it depends on how the first couple maps go. Like the first map, I'm playing well, and the second map went to round 11. So like yeah, in that one, I felt like we'd come back. We ultimately didn't. But like there are series, like for example, UGC Niagara that same year, or UMG Niagara, whatever it was, we got clapped in like the first 2 maps, and we won the winners bracket. And so the first 2, and so they would have had to beat us, 6 maps in order to win, right? So the first 2 maps, we got cooked. I'm looking left and right like, nah, son, GG. Like, there's just no way we can win this series. Yeah, it definitely happens, especially if you go into it knowing you're the underdog, and then they come out and they're on fire, and your teammates getting cooked, or you're getting cooked. You definitely lose hope for sure.
All right, that was just,
also, where you calling from? Where you calling from, bro?
Where I sound different?
Yeah, where are you calling from?
Your mic's not great. I will say that.
AirPod. I'm using my AirPod.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes the AirPod mic it does the auto assignment, and one of them is usually a little.
Yeah, no, I mean I've been in finals, bro, where it's been hopeless for sure. But thank you, Vito. Thank you for the question.
Appreciate you,
dude. We got.
Do you think it's easier? You think it's like easier now though? Because like with everybody's got like 3 coaches on their team and the break, and you can go back to the PPA or your dugout. Like you can like better now reflect as a team. Back then, you just went to the bathroom, came back, and it's like.
No, actually, no. There's no way it's easier, bro. When you're getting cooked, you're just getting cooked. Like, like we're gonna have to really switch it up, or like this map has to really be strong for us. Like, there's that element of it. Like, there's no way, because I just know how it feels. Okay. But like the Ghost or in that Niagara event, we got 6-0'd, Ben. 6-0'd, bro.
I mean, yeah.
There's no way. Yeah, Frankie, you're the only one in here, so we might as well.
All right, I'm back. All right. Do you guys think there's even a chance that we see a change in the weapon meta? Because we talked about it earlier in the show. Yeah, I mean, and I know you want to just flat out ban the M15,
100%.
Right? But this new AR, it's basically the Black Ops 4 ICR, where it's like the lowest DPS in the category, but it also has super low recoil. So that means that, like, up close, you're getting smoked, just straight up. Like,
yeah,
it's not going to win as many gunfights as we've seen with the M15. Yeah, that too. Low-key might need a buff just for like sprint to fire. Low-key, but
we just need a different sub and use that AR.
I was going to get to the sub. Like, why do we have to GA everything but the Dravic? Why can't we just allow
you're asking
almost every SMG? Like,
you're asking us.
Of course. I know, but you guys have access to, asking the pros and shit. I would hope you'd have some insight on this, but like, why can't we just reallow the NPC, restrict a few attachments, reallow the Razor, take out some attachments for it,
I mean,
like
yeah.
basically everything except that burst SMG.
I
Like,
agree.
Because the way the pros,
try
the way the pros approach weapon meta in the like short term funnel, that's like when the game comes out. Like they don't go in with like a core set of goals that they all want to make decisions against. It becomes this like very ad hoc process with very little debate, and it just turns into a clusterfuck. Like there's just
Hold on,
no. They're not.
You see what he said in chat?
Yeah, they're trying
Yeah,
SMGs.
which is
I
fair.
wish we could play with the new SMGs with all different guns, but I can't.
Well, I want to know
'cause
what
it's
the
not
results
available
were
in ranked.
in those
Yeah.
scrims. To be
Yeah,
honest.
Saint, what's the like pulse check on the different weapons?
You have to also remember it's a first day back for a bunch of teams too, so that.
Well, yeah,
applies
that
to a
too.
lot of
But
factors
bro,
there.
I've always said the NPC has been like decently balanced. Like it rips up close, but at a distance, fuck me,
Frankie,
some pros were shooting
I
wind.
think if you wait until next week, we can talk about this more.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be here next week. I just want to know if you guys think there's even going to be a chance
There's a
that
chance
we see
yeah.
a change.
No, there's a chance.
Thank God, bro.
I would say there's a chance, but I just don't. The pros is like, I have like just no belief that the pros just know how to just right side these things after the first month or so. It's just, they just don't aren't organized enough to like, as a group, make these decisions correctly. They don't sit down and talk it. It's a lot of bias in the process. Like they don't know how to organize themselves to provide like feedback in a meaningful way. And that's why I'm always pessimistic.
And we need you as a commissioner, Ben.
Oh, Optic wants a meta change? All right, GG's, it's going to happen.
Oh, thank fuck.
There you go. I mean, that's really all that matters. Like, it browse. Shotzi comes on and says we got to change the sub. Shit's getting changed, bro. All right, Frankie.
Yeah, but didn't Optic wasn't the one that started the vote to ban the sniper? Didn't that one,
Were they?
They walked out. Yeah. And didn't we talk about this like 2 months ago?
We talk about it a lot. Yo, what up, Sharif?
Hey guys,
If they were though, that's hilarious.
you guys
Yeah,
for,
they walked back against
allowing me to ask the question and everything. So thank you guys for taking the time to do this
Yeah,
and giving us detailed information. I kind of just want to ask you guys real quick and like get out of the way so the next person can ask just about something you guys already kind of touched on a little bit that I missed. But like Ben was saying, like these overload rules, like that, I feel like the maps are taking too long. But I just want to say, like in these higher diamond lobbies right now, the team that scores first in overtime almost has the disadvantage because that second team gets to look at how much time they have to score. And on a small map like Utopia, it's pretty easy to score, So that second team that goes in overtime usually wins. And it's
you're
weird.
just describing stopwatch. We've played it for years. It's just a mental thing that you're talking about. It's not an actual advantage. It's just like a mental advantage in your head. Oh, we know what
But
we're
like,
working with.
like with actual pro teams that we saw at stopwatch CTF though, like it makes like the team with the advantage in stopwatch should not scam that. That like as long as we don't go 4 down and throw our lives away and stay up and create layers and like burn time, like we have a very good chance of closing this out.
He's just talking about the mental gymnastics of like how it feels. Okay, I know what we're working with. We just got to do this. Like that's always been a thing with stopwatch, but it's fair. It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it unfair, but it
it'll
does
just
feel
play
like
out
that,
differently in the match, though. It'll play out differently with pro teams.
And then one other thing real quick, with overload, like, so you guys were talking about or the other guy was specifically talking about maybe like a third weapon. And I just always comes to mind is just like Dashy and BO4 with the Maddox and how he kind of just took over.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think a third weapon would be implemented with a player like him that is comparable to him earlier in his career?
Yep.
Like in overload, like how do you think a third weapon would play into like something like overload
So
in this
right
game?
now, the AR that everybody's running as the main AR is like the hybrid weapon because it kills up close and far away and medium range, and it's super mobile. So you would just need a meta where you have like more of a distance AR that's kind of power position AR, and then a hybrid weapon. We've just kind of moved away from that in the last couple of years, but I do agree with you that is the best metas we've had. When you think back to like BO3, we had triple weapons. BO2, we had, BO3 really had like 6 guns you could use. But hybrid weapons are always fun. BO4 with the Maddox, or like IW with was it the KB4 or the NV4 and the K-bar and the ERAD? Like those are the best metas in my opinion. But it would be nice to get back to that. But the main AR would have to be a slower power position AR. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying.
I was
Thank
a
you,
player
guys.
that ran the hybrid weapon. It makes those players way better. Like a guy who's an air
Yeah,
player
like-
that plays aggressive, it's gonna make him a way better player. Like
Dude,
Dash
I
would be
remember
ripping.
watching you stream like in even BO3, like you're saying, like an older COD that was almost like basically 10 years ago, like streaming evac hardpoint or, you know, those older maps where I've seen you on stream in a scrim switch guns and just start fry, you know,
There's a
that's
lot of people
necessary sometimes.
who that's their natural play style, and they haven't gotten to really do it. The role's kind of been like erased a bit, I guess. But yeah, it'd be cool. We get back to that at some point. But thank you for the question, bro.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you, guys.
But Kenny on that, wow, he'd be ripping.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, boys?
What's up?
How we doing?
Doing good.
So my question is in like the state of challengers right now. Like obviously you've been seeing some stuff on the timeline about players not being paid, orgs not being paid yet. And then also that like there's a chance there's no like in-person events next year. Like what the hell is going on?
I take this one at.
Sure. I mean, I don't know about any of this.
So a couple of things. I asked around about this Pit EU rumor, and pretty much everybody denies it. There's no decisions being made. The EU rumor sphere and challengers does this every year. I don't think there's any plans to just cut all the challengers lands next year. Not really sure where that rumor is coming from. I think at minimum, DreamHacks will always have, and we'll probably get 2 of those a year. We'll always have a challengers open. I just don't know where that one's coming from. As far as people not getting paid yet, I wonder if, as always, having worked on the other side of this, that's probably a result of, I'm just speculating here, of probably ESL Faceit needing the prize money from Activision and having not received that so they can subsequently pay it out. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not going to front money. They're not going to front the payout money they haven't received yet from the publisher. So I assume that's what the delay lag is. Knowing how the business works, I could be wrong. If people know otherwise and they want to tell me, let me know. But having been on that side, that's like usually the number one cause on why like prize money has been paid out as far as the tournament, especially for a white label situation like ESL Faceit does with regards to the CDL.
Yeah. I just hope none of that is obviously true. Like obviously a lot of momentum in challengers this year. And like, if that were to happen, it'd be a huge step back. So hell yeah. Well, that was my question.
All right, bet. Thank you, man.
Yep. Thanks.
All right, chat. Yo, honestly, we weren't even gonna do an episode this week, Ben, and it came out great. It was awesome. Actually, a lot to talk about. Surprisingly. But next week we're gonna have even more once all these moves are like finalized and stuff.
Yeah. And we know the map pool, and we'll have a lot of challengers kind of stuff to talk about. Like then we're back into it, as you see on the screen here.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't say that Friday slate is this Friday slate. Actually, you know what? Paris, Carolina, Miami Thieves kick it off is like pretty good. But again, it's one of those things. Why the fuck is Vancouver G2 the last match on Friday, brother?
So Ben,
come on, man. Put in the first match.
How do we convince Daniel and the team at the CDL to flex matches?
I've tried. I had literally an in-person conversation with him, and I tried. I think they. Okay, a couple of things. Looking at this, like for example, Gentlemates and Miami, they do want to play earlier in the day just because they know it's EU viewership. Fair. On a Friday night, though, people will stay up a little bit later. But like your lead out is this Vancouver G2 game, and it just fucking sucks. So maybe they just don't care. I will say maybe they just don't care in this situation.
Playing last
on a Friday night.
back-to-back days, dog. Friday, Saturday.
That does suck.
And then Optic C9 for Sunday. Yo, bro, we gotta flex the primetime slot.
Yeah, I mean, what's Sunday? Toronto, Boston. Yeah, Riyadh Face should be last.
Yeah.
Like Optic C9 second. Toronto can play Boston first. That's fair. But like, why is Optic Cloud9? Like, yeah.
I don't know. We'll talk more about schedule stuff next week. But Ben, good time today, dude. Appreciate you, man.
Always a pleasure. I appreciate every week, guys. We're trying to get this in for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed.
Yes, sir. We'll be back next week with more and confirmation on some of these changes and reacting. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, bang. Audio listeners, leave 5 stars. Catch you in the next one. Peace. Good episode, bro. You staying on? Chat, much love, everybody.
It was a great episode.
It actually was really good, yeah.
Yeah, I thought we had the way to go. We had some good arguments. I totally see your perspective on Falcons. I'm about to record a video.
Yeah,
and talk
I see
about
yours
it
as
more.
well.
Yeah.
In the end, I kind of see your perspective too, and like at least they're trying, and you know they probably just feel at this point like we're spending a lot of money, time to switch it up. So I saw your perspective as well.
They're just.
But hey, I'll see you on Friday, bro.
Oh yeah, we were playing at 9 on Friday.
Yes.
I think
sir.
Joe and I might try and play on
6 o'clock.
Thursday. I gotta text him. And you said you're down to play. You said you're down to play Saturday, right?
Yep, I'm playing Saturday. We have a full squad for that, right?
Yeah, I think we will. I haven't texted Brad. Brad isn't responding to that group text. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Like,
yeah, I don't know what he's been doing.
I think it works gonna be me, you, Joe, and Brad, which will be good. We haven't played Foxfire yet this year, so that'll be.
Is Rich not in?
Rich said I think he would only play one of the days. He'd prefer Sunday because I think he's got to go to a Masters party on Saturday.
Alrighty.
So, either way,
All
we'll
right,
have
brother.
4. Like, it's not. We'll figure it out.
All right, take
All
it
right,
easy.
Peace, bro. Peace. Yeah, chat. There's a chance I'm playing golf Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, someone's asking about Masters picks. I do have Masters slip in. This is the Master slip we have. Saw this on Twitter, and I was like, you know what? This actually makes a lot of sense. Rory's history is he can be pretty volatile. Birdies are better in this course. But Tia's actually been playing pretty good. And for the raid with the 41 viewers, appreciate it, Ant. Thank you so much. And then Bryson and Harris English Slash. The only thing I will say is that it is going to play pretty firm. A lot of the pros were saying that the greens are not super fast right now on the practice rounds. Let me record this video, and then I'm gonna also, I got some lunch we're gonna eat here. Make a little salad. Got some steak, got some Caesar, got a little bit of avocado we'll put in that. So let me see, what do I want to use for this? I think I'm curious what the league will do about Clifftown. I think for sure Gridlock Hardpoint's in. Does the league want to bring in Clifftown, or they want to go with the newer map? I'm not really sure. That one I don't know. As far as Overload, it's kind of tough. Overload's kind of fucked at the moment. The new rules have not made it a fun mode to play, unfortunately. I think the Overload thing was avoidable if yeah, I am watching Champions League. That's why I'm getting off at 3. My boy Ebates is a Twitch Prime. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. That's a go right there. Buttons also came into resub. It's Pos came into resub. Conquest, my boy Conquest TX came with the fucking resub. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, let's finish my thought. What I was talking about. Yeah, Overload just. I think this is avoidable if they had, an actual competition committee. But I keep banging my head on that fucking wall. Did I apologize to 04 about yes, I did. 04 and I had that combo. Yemen, yeah, it plays like how you think it would play. You can't just face smash fucking hills. So, all right, let's talk about it. So you guys know when we record a video on this stream, if you guys sub or resub, I'll show you out in between takes. But while I'm recording, obviously I won't do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, this is the mid-season review video with Falcons. What's up, guys? Ben here, bringing you another video today. I'm trying a new series today. I want to do a mid-season review of some select teams that I think are like interesting teams to talk about. I'm not gonna do it for all 12 CDL teams because Lord knows I don't want to make a video on Vancouver, or man, I might make a video on Vancouver because it's fun to talk about. But C9, Boston. But I want to do one on Falcons because they are, I think, in probably one of the more interesting spots as a team from a standings perspective because they have played well online, looked like a good team, and then gone to land and not played well. And they are subsequently in a spot where they are currently not in a great spot in the standings. And so they are thinking about a roster change. So let me give you kind of how they got here, the news that we've gotten in recent days about the decisions they're making, and the choices they're going to make this week and what I think going forward. Let's dive in. Let's set this up. So let's start with kind of like how we got here, right? So off season happens. Falcons obviously tried the all-starting lineup last year. It didn't work. They pivoted. They were able to get Pred mid-season, although I know they also tried to go after some other top players that didn't really work out. And then going into this offseason, they had Exit and Pred after trying out Alec and TJ and blah, blah, blah. And they tried to surround those two with talent. Obviously, the main sign they got was Selium getting MC over from Atlanta FaZe, obviously now Vegas FaZe. They tried to go after a few other players in that second era lineup and end up settling for Kismet. I know that there were some other more like S-tier slayers they tried to get, but this is the lineup they ended up going into the season with. And I think at the time, you know, if you've watched any of my past videos where I've talked about this, you know, I thought the roles were a little bit funky on this team. I thought there was a good chance they weren't going to mesh because it just felt like to me, I don't see how the chaos of this team was well organized. And early on in the season, like if we go take a look at matches here, you see how stage 1 started for them, right? Like launch invitational got smoked off the page, and they got off to an 0-2 start against Thieves and Optic. But as is going to be a theme a little bit with stage 1, stage 2, it looked really, really solid online and were able to grind out a good set of results when it came to online Call of Duty. And it was via really good strong play in Overload and really good strong play in Hardpoint, not necessarily off the back of S&D, and we'll talk about that. So, okay, get off to an 0-2 start. I'm saying a bunch of stuff on the flank. They finished out the last 2 matches 2-2 before the break. For some reason, they were one of the rare teams that had to play 4 games for the holidays. And then they went, you know, they won 3 straight, and we're going into Major 1. And we're like, this team is 5-2. They have a really good chance to get a decent placing at Major 1. And unfortunately for Major 1, they end up playing 2 of the teams that end up getting top 3 at the tournament. They do beat C9, but that was the old C9 team with Beans and them who didn't play good in stage 1. And yes, they played a gritty series with FaZe, but unfortunately they got top 8 at Major 1. Okay, all good. You know, I think our reflection out of Major 1 was that was just a tough draw. They were much better than the sum of the parts there, but they got to play better, though, when it comes to LAN. Now we get to stage 2, and as you see here, you know, they get kind of stuck in the blender a bit with some wins and losses, but overall, you see the middle of the stage playing well, some big wins against FaZe, against Optic, against Thieves. They lose to Vancouver in game 5 before the event. Not sure still what's up with that, but they end up finishing in a good spot, going 6-5 and getting a decent seed for the event and a good bracket draw. I feel like is a top side of winners bracket at Major 2 with Optic, avoided Thieves, avoided FaZe, avoided Miami, avoided Gentleman's. Unfortunately, what happened is they drew, you know, G2 in that round 1 matchup, didn't get anything done, got 3-0 smoked, and had to play Toronto afterwards and also got 3-0 smoked. So all of this quality online play, all this good hardpoint play, what you see here on the season as a team in hardpoint, they're 20-17, which is top 5 in the league in overall win percentage in hardpoint. Like, is pretty good. But unfortunately, where the respawn suffered, I think the biggest takeaway I have, like, obviously they haven't figured out so far the LAN part of it. I think the biggest limiter of this team so far and the biggest con I can say is on S&D. So, pros so far in the season. Great hardpoint play. If I pull up, let me do it real quick. I gotta find the team fucking doc. Give me a second, chat. Some of these docs are broken, so I just gotta see which one works. I don't think this is accurate. There you go. Like, if you look at their hardpoint record on the season, you see that they don't really necessarily have I mean, Scar is a weak map for them, but that's fine. They're 2-4 on it. They're not like abysmal. They have a pretty good hardpoint map set, right? And their numbers are solid. And you scroll all the way down here and you go to Overload. Their Overload map set, yeah, they're not the world's best den team, but they've got 2 other maps that they're amazing at. Like their bag in respawn is at the level you'd expect from a top 4 or top 5 team. And that's why we thought that when they go to LAN, they would play better. But I think this is the big issue in their team and why I think at this time they are currently making a change or thinking about making a change. When you look at their S&D stats, there's nothing good to write home about. And in fact, let me go to stage 2 and not even look at it from a full season standpoint because I want to show you where they are trend-wise this stage. They went 4 of the 15 S&D maps they played this stage. Terrible. And here's how bad it was. They are the worst team on the season and in stage 2 at first blood win percentage, batting 43%. League average around 50. But just think about that. 4 out of 10 search rounds, they're already behind on the 8 ball. Fuck, I need to fix the cropping on this. Now, if I move my camera up to the top right here real quick so you can see, they are then in situations where there's a man down, right? They're already batting league bottom in first blood. They're only winning 10% of rounds where they do not have a man advantage, which is way below league average. And then, even when they don't get blooded, they're getting even percentage, especially like, plants on both sides. They're the worst team in the league in those situations. And what's frustrating is when they actually get first blood, in man-up situations or in situations like a 3v2, 2v1, they're batting 85%, which is one of the best numbers in the league. There are other stats in here. The defensive retake and conversion numbers are bad. They're just bad at S&D. In almost every statistic other than being able to lay the rock. And I think that's why the reflection out of this camp was, look, we've been great online. We've been really poor at LAN. We've been great at respawn. We've been really poor at S&D. And because of that, when you look at the standings, we have 140 points, but that only puts us 7th in the standings. And there are 4 teams that are sitting around that number, and we're 1 series loss away and 1 Toronto, Miami win away from being in that 8th spot, and Carolina being a couple points below us. They don't want to be in that spot. I think Falcons obviously signed to pay at MC, sell a lot of money. Pred, a lot of money to try and be near the top 4 of this. And right now, unfortunately, they're kind of in the mid to below pack of the league. So that is why I think where they're at right now as a team, they've decided their best path forward is to bring in QK. Now, if you don't know anything about QK4B, he's been playing in challengers for Falcons Academy this season. He's an AR player. He's a gritty, fantastic sniper. He's also fantastic at respawn. He gets volume. He shoots. He gets damage. He's a very good turret AR. In particular, excellent S&D, at least at the challengers level. Excellent S&D. And so I think the calculus on Falcons was we have to do something about the search. And QK is probably the best S&D player we have amongst all of the players in our pro lineup or challengers lineup. So let's bring him in. Let's move Kismet back to an SMG role where he's played a majority of his COD. And unfortunately, that means that someone on the team, because you're not dropping Celium, is going to have to rotate out. So that has led to the situation that they have this window, this next week, where they are going to test Pred and Exnid in the team. And one of those guys will probably have, one of those guys will likely be benched going into the beginning of stage 3. Now, if we look at pure stats, I think Pred definitely stands out as the better player over Exnid. Their respawn numbers are not too dissimilar. They are unfortunately both not players that accrue a lot of hill time. AG's in the bottom 5% in the league on hill time. Exnid is in the bottom 20%. And they are kind of solo players. They don't get a lot of assists. Exnid is way faster, although negligibly. You see the difference is like 59.4 to 60.5 engagements per 10. That's pretty close margins on that front. But these are like historically what we expect from AGs, usually like a slower bait sub. Xn is try to play a little bit quicker. The difference, and if it were me, like just on the outside, Xn has really struggled in search pretty much his entire year. Whereas AG has played much better, although I wouldn't say that AG is in the percentage of elite S&D players. Because if he was an elite S&D player, he wouldn't be batting 45.5% opening dual win percentage, which is bottom fourth in the league. That being said, Xn is at 37%, which is, well, bottom 4%. That's not where you want to be. Neither player has been effective at generating first bloods. The only difference is AG does a better job of not dying in the round and staying alive and actually making an impact. And, you know, is 16 clutches on the season. Although I will say some of this is a product of the maps that this team plays and do have played a lot of Colossus S&D. And if you look at the overload, they're very similar. AG definitely has a higher KD, but again, X is a faster player if you look at these stats. So if we were making this decision, I think based on stats, you probably go with Pred. I think when it would play out, it might be a little bit quicker. I would say if I were going to give betting odds, I think likely Pred will win the position battle. But this is one of those situations where, especially with QK's English being where it's at, which is he's learning. We know MC Celium is not the world's best communicator. How does the lineup look with each one of them in over the course of these scrims? Going to be hard to say without being in the room, and I wonder who will end up winning that position battle. But I will say for the sake of this video, I think AG Pred probably wins it, and Xnid probably will have to play for a while in challengers and try and work on some of the decision making, kind of the what we call the tweaker plays, kind of work on those and try to get those out of his game. So I think the net of is you're going to have a team going in the stage where you're going to have QK and Cell as your ARs. I wonder which of the two will be more of the flex player. The reporting and saying that Saud, QK, whose first name is also Saud, is going to join the lineup as a flex player. I feel like that is a by committee role with him and Cell on like who will be more comfortable playing on a third sub if required. We'll have to see in practice. But I think this means Kids and Pred is a SMG duo. Likely. Although I have questions about that because like Kiz is not always the world's fastest sub player. So is this team going to get a little bit slower with the Xn off the team? I'm not really sure. But it seems like that's the direction this team is going in for stage 3 and potentially after that. And they have a very doable schedule to get a decent seed at this stage. Keep in mind, this is a Pro-Am stage. Nobody's going to start in losers bracket for this upcoming event in Atlanta. Everybody will play as a seeded member of a group that will include 3 pro teams and 1 team from challengers. And they'll play out a GSL win 2 before you lose 2 double elim group stage thing. And then it will go to an 8-team double elimination bracket. So if you go 1-4, 0-5, like you still, even though momentum going to the event, but you're still in groups. And it's a pretty solid draw for Falcons. Toronto in phase early, Vancouver, Miami, Cloud9. Like they should get 2 minimum 3 wins from what's in here. And then you look at the next stage, Miami, Gentlemates, Carolina phase G2. They somehow don't have any remaining matches against Toronto or Optic or Thieves. They've gotten those all out of the way. So I think Falcons have a decent draw. But look, the net is this. I think management of Falcons understands that the team has played well online. They understand they've been good at respawn. They've been really poor at S&D, but they've also gotten top 8 at back-to-back events, and it's not a situation where they should stand pat. You need to see what they have in QK. Maybe down the line, they need to see what they have with Nox and Gentle and some of these other prospects that are Saudi. But they all seem to respect the fact that they're 7th in the standings right now. And their spot for champs is not, you know what I'm saying? They're not Gentlemates or FaZe or Optic that are on 200 plus. They're chilling. Falcons got to have a good couple of stages or they may not be participating at champs in Vegas. So let me know what you guys thought of the video. What do you think Falcons should do? Should they stand pat? Do you like them bringing in QK in? Do you think that AG should be in the lineup? Do you think that Xn should be in the lineup? Let me know what you think. The last thing I want to say is that there are people in the community, especially the Falcons community, that I think are leveling criticisms at Clayster. I will say, based on everything I've just said in this situation, I don't know how much that is to blame on Clay. I think some of that might be unwarranted. I think a lot of their complaints about decision making is more on management above Clay than it is actually on Clay. So in my eyes, I would not put Clay high on the blame list on this team, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more. As always, guys, we'll see you on the next one. What are the possibility of Falcons buying 2 league spots? They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that, bro. Who is the ref for this game? I actually don't know. Does it say here at the bottom? Let's see. Let's Google. Refs for Bayern versus Madrid. Michael Oliver's a ref? Oh, brother. Michael Oliver's a ref for this game? Of course. Of fucking course, bro. Now it says it's going to rain, but I assume the roof's closed. So I don't think there's going to be necessarily rain. Well, these teams play gruelies. Again, I think Madrid's good. I think Madrid's good. The thing is, Bayern have been very clinical in the Champions League this year. So I think, again, it's just, if you're Bayern, this is just a classic away first leg against a top team. You want to go in and you still want to play your game. I'm not saying you got to, like, you know what I'm saying? But they got to make sure that they don't let Madrid win this significantly. If they lose 2-1, like, that's fine. You go back to Munich, and it's probably a good shot that you can rebound the tie like there. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to say a draw, though. This might be a 2-2 fucking banger draw. This game could have a lot of goals. Is Mbappe still the best in the world? Yeah. He's having a good season. And will probably be pretty good at the World Cup. I will say Harry Kane is having also a great season. But depending on how the World Cup goes, could Kane win Ballon d'Or? Yeah. Answer your question, am I doing a World Cup watch party? Yes, I am. We'll be watching World Cup games for sure. I mean, the schedule is like pretty good for it. Like, there's a pretty, like, you know, it's pretty doable, you know? We're going to have some overlap with the CDL. That's kind of a little bit unavoidable. I think what Major 4 overlaps with it a little bit. So 26, 20, like when I'm in Europe, it's kind of tough. When I'm in Europe, that's the tail end of group stage. So